with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News channel. The gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. 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 Welcome everyone to Hot Facts with Robert Reese, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. We go 1 hour, but it could go a little further if it does get a little hotter. Everyone knows that's how we start off every single show, doing something a little bit weird. I fumigated where I live, and I don't think I should be in here right now. I had all the stuff open and all the stuff, but I just said I'm about to close up for Hot Facts, and I think it's got me lit right now. So we are right now. I just fumigated, and I think I'm lit right now. So since I'm lit, this is going to be a very, very great Hot Facts because I think I am lit off of whatever the chemicals are that they put in that stuff. Memphis, Tennessee, what's up? Hot Facts. Woo-wee! People, we lit today. I gotta say something. I'm gonna start it off right now. I'm gonna look. Reese BBQ, but I'm gonna do this for you. I thought I did. You know what? I'm gonna say it after. Everyone watch. Let me hit mute.
Coming GigTube stars out there, do yourselves a favor. When you get to a certain level, you've had people that have supported your channel from day one, don't lose track of those people. Those are your true supporters. Don't backstab them. Don't try to throw them under the bus because you have issues with other content creators. And don't forget to show love once you get to a certain level. We seem to see that in the GigTube community, that once certain people get to a certain level, they're willing to backstab you, not support your stuff anymore, and throw you under the bus to make themselves look better. So make sure, upcoming GigTubers, keep that in mind. Don't forget who supported you from day one. Don't throw them under the bus. Don't backstab them. And make sure you show the same support that they chose to show you, unlike some other people we see in the gig community. Thanks.
Now, I must say this. I am the news channel It's not only hot facts. And for those of you who do not know, please like and subscribe. Okay? Subscribe to get notified. Share the live streams. I am a channel for all. I do gig work also. All right? So, here's what I am going to say. Some people are like, is he going to go and bash Roy and everyone else? No, why would I do that? For I don't know how many live streams I have ever had. I said that I respect Roy because he says what's on his mind, and that's hot facts. I have always said that. So for those of you who were looking for me to do whatever you thought was going to happen, I knew that Roy was going to say something. You know why? Because in my live after I put out the live, after Pedro said that he thought that someone bought their subs, and I did for you guys this. And here is how I shut you guys up right now. I did this. I did a live investigation on my live stream to exonerate the people, and I put it all on one person. And I said on how I think he did it. When he was going to buy his subs, they asked how many accounts he had. He got the names of the channels of all the other people, and then he went and did his thing. Pedro said that he thought that someone bought their subs, right? So I said, let me do this investigation. So my investigation said, let me do a live with the people on Hot Facts. Let's go back and look at the social blades, right? And then I left out one social blade for 2 days later on purpose. So everyone can sit there and be like, man, he still didn't say the person that he said was behind it. And then he went to that person and they had 200 and something subs on that day. The same person. But check this out. I exonerated every single person. Bobby, Roy, Flex, and they tried to bring in Dashing Trader. I exonerated all of them and left one person. So, did I think that Roy was going to be Roy and say something? Because I know that Roy is like, man, and what he has said right there, because you get to a certain level, he has told me that to my face in at least 2 of my lives. So for all of you who don't know that Roy has not said that to me, he has said that to my face. Roy has done that. So I understand what Roy was saying. He was saying, and if you heard the bottom line, I see your channel growing, you're doing some things. Just remember where you came from. And here's what will never leave from Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Roy sits here. And Revolution sits here. William Anderson is up on the branch looking down, being the most logical person that I have ever seen come into the gig world. And as you notice, I have never said nothing about him except what I said right now from when I said that. I said I sit on the other branch, but I take a lot of the pressure from a lot of people. And because I am a news channel, Roy already knew that. Well, since Roy is in gig news, everybody else is in gig news. Cherry Pick had this thing with Reese, so why would Reese not investigate that? Why would that not be gig news? I am the gig news channel, right? So I understood that. And I understood that Roy was going to say something. And I understood that he was just telling me, people. So for all of you who want to say, was he talking to Reese? I'm telling you, yes, he was talking to me. Roy was talking to me. Roy was talking to me. He said, don't forget, and I will never do that. And that's what it is. But he was talking to me. So for all of you who tried to make up this narrative to try to paint something to see what's this and what's that, and I'm going to tell you guys this too. Because I don't hop in a lot of people's stuff, let me tell you guys this. I'm starting, and I told you guys last week was the first day of the Saturday morning wake up. This was the second week. So I'm doing 5 days, but I did 2 days in one last week. So I took a day off. So I do a Saturday morning wake up. Nothing goes on Sundays at all. Nothing at all. I don't watch it. I don't do anything. If I may have a video, I may upload it to my operation system that I use to post my video. That's about it. I don't go on anything. I take Sundays completely off. So when people put things up on days when there are days where I don't do nothing, I just don't do it. I just don't go. And I don't know. And here's what I say when I see man, yeah, Roy, good people. Roy has never been bad people. He's never been bad people. This is what I'm trying to get to everyone out there. If I said that Roy sits here because he will speak his mind and he will tell me straight from him exactly what, and I said that I respect that from him, and I have never taken that away from Roy. So all you people, because of the subs and all this stuff, I exonerated 4 people and left one standing. I exonerated Roy, Bobby, Flex, and Dashing Trader. I have exonerated all of them. And I went to the Social Blade and I left one standing so I can prove my case and let you guys think. And then I went 2 days later from there and brought up Cherry Picks in a short. And then I went in for a little bit on a live. Just so you guys can see, there's only one. I exonerated every single person because those are all good people. Those are all good people. Those are all good people. Now, when they try to come at me in other ways, that's different. But do I see what Roy did is another way? No. Roy came at me straight up front and he did a short because he knows that Reese does shorts. So he said, I know Reese will watch the short. He knows I will. And he said, look, and I got that. And to Roy right now, I have not lost anything for you and will never. All I was saying is I am the news channel, right? And if news happens with people who are in the gig world, it pops up. But I do a live investigation. I do a live investigation. And I break it down to one person. And I let everyone get a pass. Everyone take that pass and go. Everyone just take that pass and go. None of you have ever crossed a line with me to go anywhere to where I will ever disrespect any of you guys. And whoever thought that that was going to happen, shame on you, because it's not going to happen on Hot Facts, at least not today and until like they would have to do something weird. They would have to have me call them a weirdo. And none of those dudes except for one is a weirdo. So I'm just going to leave it there. So for all of you who were gonna try to chime in and say, well, let's see what Hot Facts has to say about Roy's short. We know that they did a live and all this stuff, and he hasn't been on this and that. I've already told Flex why I don't go on his. I will go on when I know. I already know that last night Pedro and them were like, well, they're not gonna go ahead and come on. I told Pedro after he was on my show, just like not long ago, I'm going to go in on one of your lives. I'm going to go ahead and chime in. But if people are talking about negative stuff and trying to keep me in to where they can be in my news show to where I talk about this, I'm not going in on that. Now, when someone talks about, hey, we giving out turkeys, we doing this and that. Hey, let's talk about helping out the people and doing this and that. Hey, Hot Facts will go ahead and join in on your live. I am not going to join in on your live if you want to make something out of what I have been saying for a long time. I've already said it and done it. Now, if we are talking about helping out the people, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that I've at least like 35, 40 subs in the past day or so. Got like 19,000 views in the past day or so. Put up stuff that has nothing to do with the gig world, but shows me out there with the people, communicating, showing you guys what I do. And I get my subs like that. And you guys are like, what? This is what I'm talking about. When we can talk about stuff like this, to when people are giving you high fives and hugs out there in public and saying, man, keep up the good work. When we are talking about things like this, I will join in on your live. I will not join in on your live to talk about things that's really not happening. That's why I don't do ride-alongs anymore, so I can pinpoint and show you guys exactly what it is that I do. When you want to pinpoint stuff like that and say, come in on a live, I'll come in on a live just like that. If not, I'm not going to do that, man. And I'm telling you, I have exonerated 4 people that I respect. And I left one who tried to play a game where I cut him off in the past. And that's the only person that I'm dealing with. And if anybody else has anything to say about that and to defend that dude, then go defend that dude and speak up. But don't bring up anybody else, because I'm not talking about them, and I am not. And if you don't get that, then oh well, kiss my ass, motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. Whoever else don't like it, oh well. That's my response to Roy Short. And it should shut everybody up, because I already know that he's going to speak his mind, which is why he shits right here. He sits and shits right here on my shoulder. Because he ain't never go sugarcoat nothing from me. And I'm going to tell you this, what I think. I think that Roy did this. When Roy said that don't forget where you came from, is because he knows that I will take a hiatus off. And if everyone has noticed this right here, when I did my investigation and I said a cherry pick, I have not been at cherry pick's throat at all. I let it go. I have not been on More Finance's throat. I only put up Pedro's thing because he said he was stopping. And then his last video said that I told you guys I'm not doing DoorDash. I'm just going to put up other gig work. All right. But I told you guys that too. But I have not went and done what you guys have thought I was going to do. You know why? Because as a news channel, I said that I will not. And I have not. But I will do this. I will defend myself. And I will defend people that I know they have a right to speak, freedom of speech, freedom of press, get it off your chest. I understand that. I have people on my cabinet that will actually talk about me, and that's just what it is that they feel in their chest. And I get it, because if they did not talk to me like that, I would not, man, I wouldn't even like them. I wouldn't even like them. How about that? I would not even like them. You got to talk to me like that to let me know that what you're saying is from right here. You got to talk to me like that. But I just want people to know that I was asked this question like 7 months ago. And then again, maybe about 5 months ago, someone asked me, why do you care about your numbers so much? Well, and I told people that I just turned 40 years old this year, born in 1982, June 26th. I'm part of the backpack generation. I'm part of the Generation X. I'm part of Montel Williams, Ricky Lake, Jerry Springer, Richard Bay. I'm part of the show Cheaters. I'm part of The Simpsons, Family Guy, Stewie, South Park. I'm part of when there was a 14.4 modem, 56K. landlines, DSL, T1s, T2s, T3s, fiber optics. I'm part of what we are watching right now, is what I'm saying. I'm part of all of this. And I understand that if I know that we still have some real ones out there, they got to speak up. And if they don't speak up, we don't have no more real ones out there. I mean, real ones. I mean, real solid ones. And I'm going to give an example of a real solid one. All right. I'm going to give an example right now. My boy Prof, 310 Profit, producer, everything. People, if you guys don't know, I am blowing up on the gram right now with the van and everything else. All my shorts right now, they are blowing up like crazy over there. Ridiculous. I just want to let you guys just know. He gave me, because we talked on the phone for about like 3 hours, right? Revolution was on the phone for like 2 hours of that. And the interview was coming in because there was some good stuff that was talked about. Other gig work out there that's good for people to look for in their areas and stuff like that. Man, it was great. He gave me something because our conversation had to do with teamwork. Our conversation had to do about teamwork and building a team on what you're growing on. And he said, finally, you understand what I was talking about way back then. Because I told him when it comes to Hot Facts, I'm the engineer, the producer, the admin, I'm the reporter. I am the everything. Everyone's beats came from him. Every deal that was going on through our crew went through him. All the free studio time and everything went through him. He was the driving force. I was a young dude, 17, 18, 19. I was the young dude watching everything, trying to get on everything. I was that dude. When I wasn't in school, let me tell you guys what I was doing. I was playing basketball and going to school and trying to use what I was doing in school, which was I was in musical productions too. So I was trying to use that too, but I was the young dude. So it wasn't my turn yet. So I was just sitting there just waiting and just learning. And he finally said, you finally get it. He gave me something because we were talking about teamwork, right? We were talking about teamwork and we were talking about everyone on the team and respect and what you should have for each person. And we went into real life. Well, check this out. I'm not even going to play the clip right now. I'm just going to let you guys know that the clip is out there. It's on Instagram. Everyone knows about the Chicago Bulls and The Last Dance. They put that out for that very last ring that they were doing. And Scottie Pippen wrote a book and did all this other stuff. And I turn away from all the stuff when it comes down to the Hollywood and the Hills and all the other stuff on TV. But he wanted me to watch this because this was the ultimate disrespect on how loyalty and what people will do to try to get anything. Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, about a month ago, Larsa Pippen, her son, was playing with the Lakers and all this stuff. But Scottie Pippen, that's Scottie Pippen's son. That's Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, and all the stuff went out with all the celebrities and all the other stuff, right? But check this out. Larsa Pippen is messing with Michael Jordan's son for at least 3 months now, and they were seen just at the football game, right? How much of disrespect does someone have to have that your son is gonna go mess around with your ex-wife who's involved in my son plays in the league and your son's in the league and my son didn't make it, just wrote the book and all this other stuff. How much is respect and loyalty? Why did Prof bring that to me? And I was like, man, in my head, I was like, dang. He's telling me to keep my eyes open. And let me tell you what I got from that. I was glad that I saw that what Roy put on that short when I saw it after I talked to Prof, because it made it so that I'm not tripping at all. I'm not tripping at all. Roy was speaking his mind, and Prof was letting me know that, look, some fake stuff will happen, but a real one will say something. So I put them in the same cloth. Whoever else got something else to say about that, say something. I dare you. I'm going to put up a link right now. Here we go. I got a link right now. Is it going up? Is my link going up or is it going slow? This internet thing has been going weird. Let me see. Oh, let me do that. Let me see now. I think it's slow. How about that? Is it up there now? Is it up there now? There it is. The link is up there for anybody else who wants to come in and you guys stop that and whatever else it is. I'm willing to show my receipts also on my new subscribers also. So you guys can see that the videos that I just put out, each video they've gotten me subs. I am willing to put that up. Anytime you guys would like, I will go to my social blade and put my receipts up. I am willing to put up my analytics here on YouTube so that you guys can see that the subs that I just got are real also. Since that's in the back of people's heads, I'm willing to prove everything. If anyone is not willing to prove, then you just don't say nothing to me at all. Please don't. Because the worst thing is this. And I will tell you this. The worst thing is this. And it's crazy because you never think you're going to talk about anything like this because you don't see yourself as going to be talking about this. I never thought I was going to get text messages. And this is why, people, I have a internet phone number also. My goodness, my head will go crazy. Ooh-wee. Man, my head will go crazy. I have an internet phone number and an email address to where I never thought at one time. I don't know if anyone is my age. If you are all right. We about to do it like this because we about to break down the real from the real. All right. Remember when we were like, I just turned 40 years old in June, right? Remember when we were like preteens? Whenever the girls had the new kids on the block posters and all that stuff, and if you were able to call the line to hit one or something to say you like Joey or whatever, hit number one. If you don't know about that era, hit number two. Do that right there. If you don't know about calling in and hitting the number on the call line for whatever artist you like, Look, if you know about that, hit 1. If you don't, hit 2. Just do that inside the chat right now, because we gotta talk about the real stuff. We gotta talk about the real stuff. All right, you know what? I'll say it like this. Who remembers when they said you gotta call the what was it called? You call the party line or the chat line, and you call, and it's like 45 people on the phone. If you know about doing that, hit the number 1. If you don't, hit the number 2. People, let's go ahead and keep this real. Let's go ahead and keep this real. Let's go ahead and keep this real, because I'm talking about real people right here. The party lines. TFT said he used to love the party lines. Look, he said it. Look. TFT said I used to love the party lines. I'm talking about back in the day, people. We got stuff going on these days, man, to where it's just like, woo-wee. If you don't understand that, remember Ninja Turtle's Secret of the Ooze, Rocksteady and Bebop, and then they had the experiment Snapping Turtle in the movie and everything. If you don't remember that, you don't even remember the Home Alone 1 and 2. I'm just letting you know. So let's go ahead and talk about that. AOL chat rooms, yeah. Remember it went from, look, you used to go to AOL chat rooms. It was like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It went to all that, and then you can make up your own. But who remembers when you used to be able to just type up the whatever chat room it was .com, and you used to be able to go on there in the library when you were in school at lunchtime, because you have to go ahead and go on chat. Who remembers that? Who remembers that? Oh, Ghost 77 said Goonie for life. Ninja Rap. Those of you guys don't know, Vanilla Ice, Ninja Rap. Oh, the Ninja Rap, but he's talking about the Goonies. Hey, you guys. Mama, you been bad. Sloth? Chunk. Sloth? Chunk. I'm setting booby chaps. What y'all know about? Come on, man. What y'all know about this? What y'all know about this? Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, all them. What y'all know about that? What y'all know about this? What y'all know about the show Sidekicks? Come on, man. Don't have me go get my DVD case right there. I got The Last Dragon right here. I got The Last Dragon with... I got The Last Dragon with Bruce Leroy on DVD sitting right in front of me. Who remembers this? Since we know, you know what? We gonna talk about some real ones right now. Hit the number 1. You're gonna hit the number 1 if you remember that people thought you were rich because you had a VHS, the cassette rewinder. You can rewind your videos while the other one is sitting inside the whole thing. Press number 1 if you know about that. Press number 1 if you know about that. We go see who know about some stuff. Press number 1 if you had a friend who had a Neo Geo. Press number 1 if you had a friend who had a Neo Geo. Push number 1 if you had a friend who had a Neo Geo. Push number 1 if your friend knew who Cody, Terry, and Hager was. Push number 1 if you know who Fei Long is. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look. It's people out there like, what's he talking about? He's talking about real ones. He's talking about real ones right now. And he said that the dudes who he's talking about know about that. I'm going to say this one too. Push number 1 if you know what water hose water tastes like on a hot day and it's the best thing ever that you have ever tasted. Push number 1 if you know what water hose water tastes like when you're walking down the street and you and your buddies just got done fixing bikes and you guys are changing tires and seeing who's got the best pegs and let's do this and that. And the push number 1 if you know about that. Push number 1 if you know about water hose water is the best water source of all time. Push number 1 if you know about that. Push number 1 if you know about that. Push number 1. Water hose water is the best. And elementary school water, some schools got the faucets where it puts out the thick water. Those are the best ones. But as long as you get that mineral on the inside, it is the best. And leave a number 1 if your elementary school pizza was the best ever of all time because they put real meat on your pizza. Push number 1. Let's go ahead and push number 1 right now. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and push number 1 right now. Let's go ahead and push number 1 right now. Push number 1 if you went to school with the lunch pail kid cards. Push number 1 if you had lunch pail kid cards. Push number 1 if you had Snotty Nose Jacobs. If you had Stitchy Stingy Kimberly. Push number 1 if you went to school with Garbage Pail Kids. Push number 1. Push number 1 if you know that Chucky was really a my buddy that you actually had inside your room and you did not want to go to sleep because my buddy, wherever I go, he's gonna go. My buddy and me. Kid sister. Wherever I go, she's gonna go. Kid sister and me. People, if you don't know about this, people, I'm telling you guys, look, Chucky was not scary. My buddy was scary to me. Chucky was on TV. My buddy was sitting in my closet. We talking about real ones, people. Who knows about watching the Lost Boys? You saw the Lost Boys, right? Who watched the Warriors? Who still likes Carlito's Way? Who used to watch the Ricky Lake Show? Jenny Jones, Phil Donahue. Who used to watch these shows? Who knows that the Osmonds and the Partridge Family was some of the greatest TV you can watch? We talking about real ones. Even the hardest gangsters that you think that you are looking at or watching their stuff, I guarantee they sitting there giggling because they was watching this stuff in the trap house. They was watching all this stuff. Who used to watch Designing Women with their grandma when their grandma used to babysit you and your grandma had a daycare and she had all the playpens and all the kids were not as old as you and used to come and just push them down in the playpen? I used to do that because I was the kid that pushed them down. And my Grammy was the one that had the daycare. And she made me eat all the vegetables that I hated. Come on now. How many of you guys know this? Oh, what about the Smurfs? Look, people, look, we going on flashback right now. We going on hot facts right now. How many of you guys know that you guys got a family friend that used to spar with the heavyweight champ, and he was just about to get his shot at the belt? And everybody know they can't beat him up. So whenever if he get mad, don't nobody say nothing. How many your daddies have a friend like that to where didn't even any of his friends fight him? Ah! What y'all know about what I'm talking about? I'm talking about real ones. So I'm telling you guys that this I got a thick layer of skin on me. All right, that is a little bit larger than the average man. I don't know if you guys know that you know, Al Bundy, even though we at the Cosby Show and all that, Al Bundy said, I scored 4 touchdowns in one football game. Can't nobody be more man than me. Here's what I will tell you guys about some stuff, and we're gonna get, and this is my lead up into Kanye West's thing about what we should teach in the school system. Right, today is a much different hot facts. Al Bundy had a show where his daughter was a slut. She slept with everyone. He had a son that he thought had no chance with any girl, but Bud had all the girls. Bud had all the girls. And then he had to try to portray himself in like 5 to 6 different ways to try to prove himself to his dad. His dad was trying to be the all-American dad, and this is what I do, but he was a slave to work, and the woman just did everything. So what Al Bundy was doing was what every man was supposed to be doing. Here is where it goes all weird, right? Here's where it goes all weird. I got that through Al Bundy, but I was watching all the black shows, right? Could y'all imagine? Now check this out. James Evans on Good Times, JJ, was trying to go at all the girls, right? But he actually pulled some, right? They made it that Al Bundy had the other part to where his son, he didn't think he pulled none. He didn't see none, but at least James saw some. And James said, Junior, why you messing with her? Because he messed with the wrong ones. Al, on the other hand, Bud, he had some of the right ones and let them all go because he was trying to be Grandmaster B. He was trying to be Grandmaster B, right? So I had to watch Married with Children, then Carl Winslow, okay? Carl Winslow, Bill Cosby, James Evans, mixed with how my family was doing the whole thing in LA, was a pretty good look. It was a pretty good look to go ahead. Yeah, that's what we supposed to be doing. Real ones know that. We get fake ones out there. Do you remember the episodes when JJ got ran home? Let's say Mike Seaver didn't do the right thing. Charles was not in charge and everything else. Guess what happened in those episodes? The men laid the smacketh down on those candy asses, right? We don't have anything right now that shows any of that. So when a lot of you soft ass, and I'm going to take it back to the WWF Attitude Era, and I'm going to try to mix in some of the wrestlers right now so I can get a little mix of what I want to say. For all of you Rudy Poo candy asses, you will never be the excellence of execution, the best there ever will be. You will not tell people to look at your 24-inch pythons. You will not say, hey, people, let's get together. And you won't even get Mr. T to say, I'll pity the fool who don't respect people. You will not get any of that. Because the real ones, we had to watch ABC after school specials. We have to make sure that we pay respect to everyone. All of you people right now who get up here and talk all of this stuff that don't make no sense. And we got to listen to a lot of people, and you make people put videos up that has nothing to do with anything, because now I'm talking about all this stuff and everyone's like, what's he talking about? But all the real ones know I'm talking about real love. Everyone thought that, well, HotFacts' numbers are good. Is he going to bring the gig world down? He hates on people. Is he going to go and trash Roy? And all you guys thought the worst of the worst. All you did was make me reflect on what real ones know about. Why? There ain't never nothing wrong with any of my peeps, especially when they sit right here next to me. Oh, Ghost 77 said, reading Rainbow? Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. He also said Hacksaw Jim Duggan. No, he did not. I was just watching Royal Rumble 2010, right? And Hacksaw Jim Duggan made his debut as the first person to win the Royal Rumble. And he did his whole USA. He did the shoulder block. He did his everything. And he also did what Hacksaw Jim Duggan does. He gets retarded at some point during the match where he gets so hyped up off the fans, he don't know what's going on. And that's how he got eliminated from the Royal Rumble. But that's what they knew to give to us. And I was loving every single bit. I wish I can play it, but I will get people. They're going to tell me I can't be monetized if I play Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I'm just letting you guys know. If I play Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I will be demonetized. You know what? Do I care? Do I care? Do I care? Since he said Hacksaw Jim Duggan, do I care? Ooh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Do I care? Because he said Hacksaw Jim Duggan. You know what? Ghost said do it. Ghost said do it. Ghost told me, you know what? I'm gonna show Hacksaw Jim Duggan right now. I'm gonna show Hacksaw Jim Duggan right now, people. I'm gonna show Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh my goodness. Oh, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Royal Rumble. It was 2012. I take that back. I want to see exactly when he came in, because he came in and did his thing. You know what? Mute that. I'm gonna hit mute and check this out. I'm actually gonna go until where I see Hacksaw come in, and then I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna play it. I have to. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh my goodness. Where is he at? Where is Hacksaw? No, I want to see Hacksaw. This is so crazy. I gotta go and fast forward. No, he had to be way before that. He had to be way before that because Cody Rhodes threw him out. Cody Rhodes threw him out. You know what? I'm not even doing that. I'm just gonna go to Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I don't care. I'm just gonna go to Hacksaw Jim Duggan. For all you kids who think you know wrestling, this was the, and his theme music was trash. Hacksaw Jim Duggan theme music was trash also. No, I'm on the Royal Rumble right now, but I'm about to put on Hacksaw Jim Duggan's theme music was trash too. Oh, I think I got some Hacksaw. No, that's when he's doing a regular match. I want to see Hacksaw Jim Duggan in the Royal Rumble. Look at him when he was younger. He was swole. My brother always made the most fun of Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and we used to sit up there like, are you serious? But he thought Hacksaw, and I'm not going to say what he called Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He thought Hacksaw Jim Duggan was that. And I'm not going to say it right now, but oh man, are you serious? People, Hacksaw Jim Duggan against Andre the Giant? Are you serious? You know what? I just want to hear him walk out to a song. And then he does the face with the thumb. That's all I want to see. You know what? I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to show you guys this real quick. Sorry, this was a segue.
No tiene un corazón como el nuestro. Por eso siempre.
People, I'm sorry, but the old heads, we was talking about real ones, and some real ones said Hacksaw Jim Duggan. If you guys don't understand, Hacksaw Jim Duggan was, oh my goodness, man. Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Jake the Snake Roberts might have been my favorite wrestlers for like 3 years straight. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Look, Hacksaw for president. People, I was talking about real ones, and I was talking about respect, and then Hacksaw Jim Duggan popped in. So this has to eliminate all the young heads who like to see whatever they say the drama is. Just know that if you don't know what we talking about, ain't no drama over there. And for everyone that thought that, they're like, how'd he turn Roy into this? People, because it didn't mean nothing to me. Because I already knew what he meant. You guys are trash. Don't ever think that again. Don't ever think that again. Don't ever think that again. And if you think I called you trash, I'm not talking about you. What my mom says, if it don't apply, let it fly. That's all I'm talking about. Now, we're going to get into what I really want to talk about. All right. So, we got to talk about the rebuilding of our youth, our nation, the kids who live in these homes, kids that are learning from other parents and people around them because it takes a community. I want to get into this about the education system because I feel that, and I've been thinking about saying this for a long time, but I said, well, even though it's a few weeks old, I was just like, man, we got to talk about this. This link is now open for anyone that is a parent, which means that you have a child and you want your child to be the best person that they can be. The link that I'm going to put up right now has to do with that. We're going to get into the main topic of what we are doing right now. Everything else, that was all entertainment, people. And for us to just go ahead and just share some things. The link is open. I'm going to share this right now because, you know, I want to talk about education. I want to talk about the brains of the youth and what we should be teaching. What should we be developing? I've learned something that I did not know that happens, and I'll talk about that after I play this video. We'll talk about that. If you are a parent out there, Ghost is the first one in. If you are a parent, I'm going to be playing this, and we're going to talk about education, and we're going to talk about some real hot facts in America, because we all have children, family members that have to live in America. So we're going to talk about some real things and real hot facts today. I gave you guys your gig world stuff then. That's done right now. We about to talk about some real stuff. First video up is and look, some people are like, oh, we don't want to watch this. Well, we about to watch it. I'm about to play this video first. Let me hit mute.
Yeah, caffeine watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
Yes, but
richest black guy of all time, because that's feeding into the same, trauma economy that Black Lives Matter feeds into. That's why I love and respect engineers. That's the only thing that we really need to teach in school is engineering. We don't need to teach history. We don't need to teach anything that is subjective. It needs to only be engineering taught in school, and everything else needs to be recessed. Any forced subjective information is just to weaken and indoctrinate our species, and that's what schools do now.
All right, so here is my question to everyone out there who has grown up with parents and you felt like they should have done some other things educational wise with you, but now you are the parent in the shoes. You're in public schools, private schools, all of this other stuff. We all understand what's going on out there. All right, so what I get, and I'm gonna give you this straight from what I think myself, that I understand engineering, okay, and I understand trade schools also, because if there's engineers, you need a trade to go ahead and you know what I mean. You need a trade to do that also. So I'm guessing engineering will have to do with more trade schools, and then more people developing, because this is what I've heard. I have heard that they said that we have 10 years left on the earth because of the oxygen and water. But they said that here in America, from what I understand, that it is illegal to capture rainwater. But if you capture rainwater and you can filter it out, you can have a good source of water to drink, a good source of water to go in there and go in. And this is what I go into the people that have the fish farms, and they figure out a way for the fish farms for fresh fish and to have the fish farms. Why do they not want these things to happen? Because it takes engineers to develop these things, to, even if you think something is not going to be sustainable, that these engineers can develop something to make it happen. So in a way, I understand on what Kanye is saying, that the only thing we need is engineering and then recess. But here is what I got to say about that also. I understand engineering, but there also has to be trade schools. And I understand that we are in the Olympics has been a part of mankind. So we're going to have sport. We're going to have sport. No matter what you say, we are going to have sport. That's part of mankind. That's part of mankind. Each country said that we will do this so that we have that. Sport is going to be here, but then the best countries have the best engineers also. And then we look at how much money some of these countries have that we call them second and third world, right? But they are able to maintain so much of a population with way less than we have. So I'm trying to figure out, is what he's saying right? Should we have more Should we have more engineering in specifically whatever you're trying to do in school, sport, and medicine? Should that what school should be to develop and make the world last? Is what I'm asking the both of you.
All right. So if I can elaborate on a few of the topics that you just said, engineering, yes. If you go back to the earliest human beings and what we've accomplished from that, if we do not further engineer ourselves to create better things, we're going to fail as society. We're going to fail as humanity. Now, people might differ with me, but this is just my personal feelings. Sports, yes, sports is a very, very, how would you say, important subject. One, not only does it help your health, it also helps morale. If you don't have morale and you don't have health, you don't have life. Now, with the schools, do they need to go 100% on engineering? There's some kids that they're going to get it. They're gifted children. They might have a high IQ. That's the way they were born. That's the way God presented them. But
let me say this one thing. I forgot to add in because of the engineering thing. When engineering is involved, there's going to be math involved with the kid also. So I don't want people to think that there's not going to be any form of mathematics or equations involved, because when you are an engineer, there's math involved. I forgot to say that, so now go ahead, Ghost.
Yeah, it's like I've got a bachelor's in engineering, and I've had the highest course I had to go was Advanced Trig 3. And that was probably one of my hardest courses, just on the equations. But, you know, with the video that you played of Kanye, if you could put that video up in the link, I'd like to watch the whole interview. Yeah, he's on to something. But there's a lot of people right now that don't know that there's a young man in Atlanta that is making fuel from discarded plastic. And there's a lot of people. I follow him on TikTok, and once it comes out, he's taking the plastics, he's biodegrading it and making fuel that's running on diesel trucks.
Oh,
he's already
wow.
Yes, and I'll email you a link so you can see it. But he's gonna once the government finds that out, he's going to be one of those hitters, I guess you would say. He's going to be off the list. He ain't going to be no more. But with what's being taught in our schools nowadays, and I know the beginning of your show was old heads. We were all, you played Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but back in the 80s and 90s, we didn't have to think about everything that was going on in today's society.
So you understand what I was talking about, real ones and old heads, and going into what we're talking about now. I was trying to put some things out there and put it and go into a sequence to where it is now. For those of you who don't know, that's what I was trying to do. If you were watching my show from the beginning, I went in to handle one thing, but went into how the old heads think into how it is now. And the Hacksaw Jim Duggan thing popped up and it went. So I went there, but it was all a transition in to get right here. And I'm glad that, Ghost understands exactly what I was trying to do. Go ahead, Ghost.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, like hot facts with you, I don't know if you can go into and see what the age group of your listeners are. I don't know if you've got that ability.
I have all of that.
Okay.
I have all of that.
So this is the thing is you're not just talking to young heads, you're talking to old heads, you're talking to almost dead heads, the 50, 60, 70-year-old marks that are listening on your channel. But the main thing, and I understand what you were saying, you know, you started with Roy's video and whatnot, and remember where you came from. But how this show has transitioned to 3 different steps in the last 25 to 30 minutes. Yes, us guys and women that are in our 40s and early 50s, we've already went through what it was to drink from a garden hose. We know that, and that was no issue. Now it's more of a soft issue with everybody out there. You got to be careful what you say. You don't want to offend anybody. But the main concept is, with you putting out that Kanye video, yes, do we need our schools to teach our children different? Yes, we do, but not in the ideology of what they want America to go. And that's non-political bias. Okay, you raise your people.
I'm gonna give you these numbers right here, Ghost. I'm gonna give you these numbers right here since you brought those up. 25 to 34 years old, 28%. 35 to 44 years of age, 24%. 45 to 54 years of age, 15%. 55 to 64, 10%. 65 years of age and older is 6%. But then I forgot 18 to 24 is 15%. 13 to 17 is 1.3. And it's 80% male to 20% women.
Gotcha. So with those numbers, that hot facts, anybody listening, I'm not going to call out names, but anybody that's listening that doesn't understand, he just put out his analytics. But let me get back real quick, and I'll let I know TFT's on. I know he wants to say something. We need to go back to the basics of how we were raised, because we know today's society is not the society that we grew up in. Yes, it's a different era, it's a different age, but we also have foundations that we were bestowed upon by our parents and our grandparents coming from the early 1900s. Okay? If we get away from that mentality, the United States will be no more. And I'm not going into political or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. But you brought up the, parents that have kids in school. I've got a 20-year-old son, which does not have a GED, but he's making $65,000 a year being a top mechanic at a lawn care company. My daughter is 14 years of age. She is online right now with Florida Public School, and she's doing great. But my daughter comes to me, she goes, "Dad, I want to know and learn, but they're trying to indoctrinate me on stupid stuff that I don't even need."
I gotta ask you this right now. I'm about to go in deep with you. I'm about to go in deep with you because check this out, people. We got a white guy. Saying he has a son that's making 65 grand a year without a GED. Trade school mechanic, people, which is what engineering and mechanic work. So go ahead and put that there. Now, if it was a black dude that said that, hey, I got a son without a GED, he's making this much money, how many people out there would say, well, what else is he learning? Is he selling drugs? But if he was selling drugs, he was good at math, and he chose to go ahead and be a mechanic instead. So what I'm saying is this right now. You got a white dude saying that he's got a son that makes 65 racks a year, okay? No GED. He's got a daughter 14. Now check this out. If you just flip that on how they put society out there, this is how you get accepted to school and things like this, people. If you just flip that, black dude, older son, no GED, daughter 14, what rate or what percentage of we're going to help this child out do you think they're going to give to that child because he's white? I want you guys to understand that right there. I want you guys to understand that right there when you want to call me a race baiter and all this other stuff. But what I'm saying is this dude can get up here and say it. And because he has a bachelor's also. So they're going to say, let's take it one step further. How does he have a bachelor's? One kid don't have a GED and one kid 14. What was he doing? No. If he was any other of what they said, they would write this man off. Let me tell you what the benefit of him being able to speak to hot facts right now. He gave a situation and a story that most white people will not even say out their mouths on the camera or anything. And he just said that right now. Now, people, when you listen to this dude speak, listen. He ain't coming with no nonsense. And that's all I have to say about that.
You know, hot facts, my son, on how he got to be a mechanic.
Go ahead.
What's up? Oh, no, okay. I didn't know. I thought TFT was going to say something, but he jumped off.
No, go ahead.
My son, how he got to be who he is. Yes, and I'm not going to go into all the in-depth and details because there was stuff going on in the marriage and whatnot. I'm not going to do that.
Off the record is off the record. Off the record is off the record.
My son, when he was 8 years old, he said, "Dad, can I walk around the neighborhood and look for lawnmowers to fix?" And I said, "Yeah." It was springtime. I said, "Go ahead." There was one point I had almost 182 lawnmowers in my backyard. And I told my son, I said, if you learn how to fix them, I'll show you the first time. And if you learn how to fix the carburetors, you learn how to fix the mower, I'll buy you the parts, but this is what you need to charge. And he did that. He went from just your 18 horsepower lawnmowers or your little tiny ones. Then he started getting to riding motors and understanding the transmissions, taking them apart. I had so many parts in my garage, I just started taking them to the scrapyard. But he eventually got himself up into four-wheelers. Then he got himself into motorcycles. And then he started repairing cars. My son right now, he's got 6 months left to get his certification for professional mechanic.
All right.
Did he need schooling? Yes. Schooling is important, but what they're teaching our children now is not beneficial on what the children need in these time and ages.
Right. And that's another thing that I want to hit on too, because the time and age on what we are in, we have to start to think about. Now, Kanye said in that video that he thinks that we don't need history or any of that other stuff. And I understand at some point on not talking about history because of this right here. He wants no history because they keep saying that everyone is equal and you can do everything you want to do. But if we teach history, you're going to teach people that you are not equal. So then I understand why he's saying that, well, just go on to that. Now I'm going to go ahead into TFT right now because it looked like he like Tom Sawyer right now and Hunk Finn. He got to go ahead and get his juice off. So go ahead. Look, we ain't even finna paint that fence right now. We about to sit down and talk. TFT, what you gotta say right now?
When it comes to we shouldn't be teaching history, I'm sorry. I have to go against that for one reason only. If we don't know what we've done in the past, we're doomed to repeat the same screwed up mistakes. You have to learn from your past if you want to do better in the future. Yeah, I mean, look at myself, for instance. In my past, I'm not proud of it, but I was a hoodlum. I shoplifted, I did drugs, I sold drugs.
People, this is a white hoodlum. He's a white hoodlum. You don't got to go to England to find a hoodlum at a soccer game. He
I
is a what
stole
he said he was
cars,
a white
no, all
hoodlum.
kinds of crap. You
I'll,
know, I
I'll
did
tell
all
you my
kinds
past
of dumb
too.
shit.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
my past too.
If I did not learn from my past, I would not be a computer technician working out of my own home, where if I just do that work alone, I'm making 150K a year. Self-taught, by the way. Yeah, now, if I actually went to college and got my degrees, I could make that money even faster and probably a little more reliably. But now I'm making still about 100,000 a year, 80 to 100,000 a year doing dashing. So I come from a decent family. I didn't need for anything growing up. I wanted a lot of stuff. That's part of the reason why I did all the stupid crap when I was a kid. But I need nor want for anything now because I've learned from my past. I've made better decisions. Maybe not still not some of the best ones I could have made, but I've made better decisions and I'm standing on my own 2 feet, no problem. I'm able to save money. I'm able to build everything I need, get everything I need, take care of my family, help take care of my landlady and her elderly son, without issue, without being strapped for cash, without a worry per se. So it's like you must learn from your mistakes.
Now I
Otherwise,
want to
you're
ask
doomed
you
to
this,
repeat them.
TFT, because you talked about being a hoodlum. Ghost said that he got some past too, but we can probably figure out that your past, Ghost, was probably somewhat of what TFT's past was, which was somewhat of what my past was too. But I
I,
just
I,
want to.
I, I, I was facing 15 years in the federal pen, and I got 5 years paper off of it. So
Oh, okay. We about to get into that because that's hot facts. But at the same time, TFT was like, hey, I'm out there, I'm grinding, I'm doing mine. But check this out. I ain't never stopped learning nothing. I always kept myself learning something
Mm-hmm.
because when I learn something, I can help
Man, I got
something.
to go to school to learn. You can do all the learning yourself. I'm a mechanic. I'm a computer technician. I'm a drywaller. I'm a carpenter. You name a job, I can most likely do it
You can do it. You can do it.
with little to
Exactly.
no research.
But but see, this is
it
what I'm
it, it,
saying
it,
though.
it, it all comes down to common sense.
Hmm.
Yeah, but check this out. Do you guys know how this looks on look? Do you guys know how this looks on the screen? Where there's one black guy who they would assume is all the stuff, right?
Oh,
We got
trust
one
me,
dude
I
breaking it
was
down and one dude
good.
breaking it down. But
I
check
was
this out.
good when I was doing the stupid stuff. Partly because
Oh,
I look the
hey,
way I do. I never
yeah,
got busted. I was rolling
yeah.
around with 10 grand in my pocket every day.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man. When we talking about real life and real ones, people, this is hot facts. We talking about real ones. We talking about real ones. And what made me talk about this was when I saw the education, because I know that when you're a real one, you are always learning something, man. I'm gonna give you a story right now. Guy named Daryl. Guy named Daryl involved in our family, right? Daryl cannot read anything in the book at all, but he can do anything in the house. I mean, fix electrical. Do you hire him? He go paint and do everything all himself, right?
Hmm.
Hot
Check
facts.
this out. He
I got
can't
a
even pass the class because he can't read. But the guys who are in the class, they go work with him because he about to teach them how to do it.
I got a friend right now. His name's Jerry Smith, and
Uh-huh.
he cannot read or write. But that
Woo.
is the smartest man I know. Now yes, he does have mental issues, and not mental as in, I'm gonna go kill somebody, but he's mentally challenged. But that
What
man
they
is the
would say is
smartest
mentally
man I
challenged.
know.
No, what they would say is mentally challenged, but you know him.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, you know
Oh hell,
him.
my buddy Herman just inside the house here. He's 65 years old now. That
Yep.
man, due to his brain surgeries and strokes, has probably forgotten more about the computer industry and how
Hmm.
to set up networks, firewalls, you name it, than anybody coming out of school will ever even dream of knowing.
That's what I'm
And he's
saying.
still some of the smarter. He's still one of the smartest computer techs I know.
Now check this out. Are these people handicapped or are you guys just dumb?
No,
You know what I
the
mean?
my
Because
my
we
friend
know that we are gonna go to them to look. Check this out. Ghost, your dude can probably remember every number there is possible.
Oh yeah, I can get him on the phone right now if I need to.
No, don't do it because
No,
he gonna
I'm
be put
not.
on. He gonna be put on. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to display him, but you know
Yeah,
what I'm
no.
saying. We take your word for it because but you already know what I'm saying. We can give him some numbers, and he gonna figure out. We don't even know what he about to do with them numbers, but he about to tell us what them numbers are about to do. Right?
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Boom. TFT just said his buddy has forgotten way more, but the information he gives out, man, all you gotta do is sit there and listen. But
Mm-hmm.
look how society is these days. What's more important? Being able to put out the information that you have learned, even if they say you cannot be productive anymore, or put it out for a little bit of time, then take it away and then say you are not productive. Which one is better?
Can I interrupt and can I say this?
Go ahead.
The people that are hindered by physical abilities, we need not take them as a handicap. We need to take them as a life lesson and take in the information from them. They're different from us. Yes, they are. They have mental handicaps. But we can learn a lot because you take people
Well,
and
how they
with
learn that so well that you were not able to even get close to that realm of learning that. Who
okay,
taught
so
them that? Who taught them was what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
well,
that's the education.
we don't know who's teaching them, but these are gifted individuals. You look at Down syndrome people; those are the smartest individuals on this earth.
My son
Mm-hmm.
Trey
Most of
had
them
a
are
form of
savants.
Down syndrome. Yes,
And
my son Trey.
and you know, you have to take into consideration they're not handicapped, they're just smarter than you are. But how did they figure that out? Well, there was a chemical imbalance at birth, whatever happened, and
That's
they
what they
learn
said. My
quicker,
son
but
Trey
they
has the
can't.
George syndrome, and which is one of his chromosomes was not there, but he was able. Numbers was not his thing, even though he was smart. He was
Yeah,
able to talk to you like a grown person, and then you
yeah,
talk to him. You couldn't talk to him like a kid. It wouldn't work. It would
yeah.
not work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would not work. That was my
So
son that passed away. It would not. You could not talk to him
and
like a little kid. It was not going to work. You have to talk to
Yeah.
him like a grown person, and he understood everything you were saying, and he talked to you back like that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my son Trey, Robert John Reese III. Rest in peace, Trey.
rest in peace,
Yeah.
Trent.
Yeah. Rest in peace. It's like when I was a kid, and even to this day, it's me. Yeah, I was tested many times throughout my life on IQ levels. I always scored in the upper 140 to 150 range on every test without fail.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm what you call a genius. All right. Math, I hate it. I've gone as far as trigonometry. It's hard for me to make sense of it past trigonometry. However, if you put me in front of any scientific problem,
Boom, done.
I'll pass through it no problem without even looking at a damn book because that makes sense to me. You put a diagram in front of me and put the parts in front of me. It'll be built in seconds. I know many people who can't even read a simple tech diagram. And I mean a basic tech diagram, like plug port A into socket B. That's it. And they have trouble just doing that. Yeah. Like when it comes to building a computer, for instance. You have no idea how many people don't even know what the hell a hard drive is.
Yeah, they don't know about the hard
No,
drive. They don't know. They don't know
it's real.
RAM or nothing.
People
They don't
don't know
know
what
anything.
RAM, they don't know what memory, they don't know the hard drive.
They don't know what a
know
freaking
Cat 5 from
capacitor is
Cat
on the
6.
They
motherboard.
don't know what the capacitor is. Look,
I mean, I can
what's
take
so
a
crazy?
motherboard
No, let
and
me
just
tell you
look
this.
at it and tell you what's wrong with it.
My
Like-
son is so smart that he finds out that I know more than what he thinks. Whenever something happens to like the computer or something, and he's like, "How did you get it up?" And then I start talking to him, right? And he's like, "Oh, you know." I'm like, "Yeah." And so, like, what you're saying is it's hilarious because he's like, "Hold up," because he built his computer right here. And when something goes wrong, he's like, "How do I know how to solve the problem, the issue on his computer?" When he is the main admin, but I'm the second admin because I said it's yours, go ahead and do it. But I put the thing in there so I can go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, fix some stuff whenever it happens. He's like, "How the hell you'd fix that?" Well, I see what you're messing up on, man. You slacking on this and this. But he's like, "Oh, you know about that." But what I'm talking about is considered old school. But the old school stuff is keeping it running right, which has got me here right in front of you right now.
Well, like TFT, I've kept my MCSE for the last 14 years. I'm MSc certified right now. I used to work with my uncle, and I would do remote installs and go into these doctor's offices for his company and fix the computers, go into the BIOSes, and whenever one of the people would go into a unfriendly web page, I guess you would say, and get a virus, and hackers out there trying to figure out what's going, trying to get the information, I was able to go in and go into the operating system and see where those megahertz were coming from, and I
were patching in. You were patching in.
It was.
Yeah, you were patching in from your location. You were patching in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you were patching in. Yeah.
Remote access is a godsend and it's also a curse, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is. It is. And TFT, I understand.
But
you
we're talking about
understand what I'm
education,
talking
though.
about.
Look, but Ghost, we're talking about education. What you're talking about on patching in is what we did away with. Remember the ITs? If you worked in a call center or something, the ITs used to be in that one back room. Now, when you patch in, you don't need those ITs in that back room no more because these guys are patched in from their remote location where they are. Now they can patch in and fix everything remotely, but that is education there. So now we got to figure out, that's what the whole Kanye thing was. What education, what curriculum should we have for our kids in school? Because you guys have both said some things and both of you guys are smart. What curriculum should we have for our kids to help out our world?
All right. If I can lead this off.
Go for it, Ghost.
Do I agree with what Kanye said and we want to erase history? No. History is history. It's there for a learning purpose and a learning curve. Do you want to teach our kids coming up how to be successful after all of us old deadheads die and they have to go through the next generation? We need to teach our kids history. We need to teach our kids economics. We need to teach our kids value of life. Doesn't matter, and I know, it's going to the LGBTQ and all that whatnot. I don't care. If you're gay, you're gay. I'm happy for you. Have fun. If you're not, and you hold Christian values, or you hold Muslim values, or Hindu values, that is your belief. But there needs to be a level playing. Don't enforce all these beliefs, but just enforce curriculum to these children to benefit themselves when we're dead and gone. Because if the education system cannot do that now, guess what? The next generation, the next 20, 30 years from now, if we're all still alive, but the next 20, 30 years from now, what are they going to say? Oh, well, 1+1+3 is 4 Happy Meals. You know what I mean? I'm kind of being a little comical with it, but I'm trying to make sense. We have to get back to the basics: math, science, history, geometry.
All right, yeah.
When we were growing up in school, that was the 5 subjects: English,
all right, so
math,
this is what I
science,
want to talk about
geometry.
now. Yeah. So what should, since you did that, Ghost, TFT, I'm gonna throw this one on you. So he said that the subjects that we should be going in, I'm gonna let Ghost come back in after you. What subjects do you think should be the curriculum for our kids for the future? What should the curriculum be in your opinion, TFT?
Well, right then and there, just like Go said, history is a must. Because, like I said, if we don't know where we came from and what we've done, how can we proceed to be better than what we were? Yeah, so history is a must. Math, sciences, yes, of course. The physical education for sports and stuff, yes, that is health related. That is a must. Economics is a must. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, we need to be teaching economics and stuff at an earlier age than just high school.
Oh, perfect segue. Because that is what I wanted to get into, because we're talking about the things that we know that we need. And we know that
Like
we
all
need
of these
all of these
topics,
things. Yeah. So
as far as I'm concerned, they should
when
be
do you think
starting
they
to
should put this
be
in school, TFT?
day
When do you
one.
from day one?
Day one, you must
From
start
day
learning
one.
these things. You can easily break down economics to a kindergartner. Easily.
It's
You just
it's
got to
very
bring it
easy.
into their level of knowledge. They know
You have
about
to bring
dollars
it
and
down.
cents.
You have to
You
bring it down to the perspective of that
know?
child's mind
In other words,
for
you got
Yeah,
them
to
to
but
think
see,
like
the
a
understand.
crazy thing you
kindergartner.
said that Ghost is you said break it down to a child's mind, though, right? They have right now to where they are putting things in school to where the kids are learning about the devil. His name is Damien, and he has his friends, and they're teaching atheism and all this other stuff. And so what TFT is saying, it should
Religion should
start from
never
the
be a
jump,
part of
which is
school.
good. No, but what TFT is saying, it should start from the jump. And if they are able to start that in these preschools, then they should be able to teach the real economics and real everything from day one, which is what he's saying. Now, TFT, I want you to elaborate a little bit more on this, because I know you got a little bit more to say on, what you're thinking. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Like I said, as it comes to the economics and stuff and the physical education, that's just recess when you're in the younger grades. Uh, but economics, the math to a younger age, it's already there. It's the addition and subtraction. Everybody learns that in the younger ages. But the sciences, there are children that are far more gifted than we were in the sciences nowadays because of our God damn it, you know what the hell I'm trying to say. All the
Yeah.
technology and crap that we have available today.
Technological advances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been brought up with all this technology, all of these advances, so they're more keen to those sciences and stuff that we would never really dreamed of when we were kids. Like
Right.
when we were kids, we were all worried about who's going to play the cops and the robbers. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And no,
Who
and
had the
check this
cap
one
guns or
out.
who
Check
gonna
this
make
one
the
out,
cap gun?
TFT. No,
You
no,
know?
no, TFT. Check this one out. When you get your transformer out the package, do you know how to make it transform into the car and then come back to the regular? Yeah, we were trying to figure out that. Can you make them go to transform and come back without breaking them? That's what we
Mhm.
were. That's what we were trying to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
and guess,
we were
guess what
trying to
that
kick
was?
each other's butts with our GI Joes without busting the legs off.
Oh yeah,
You
oh yeah, oh
You
especially
know,
when you,
it's either out there trying to bust the GI Joes or shooting them with a BB gun.
yeah. That's what we were doing. But see, that's more of what we are talking about. See, when you are more hands-on, and I think that in schools now, I think that the things that they should be more hands-on, they are off. Because if you remember, we had home ec, wood shop, metal
Yes, sir.
shop.
Yep.
We had everything. We
Auto
had to
shop,
make that
all of it.
spice rack. We had to make that spice rack. We had to
Had
go
to
ahead
make
and
our
learn
own
to weld and
barbecue
stuff.
tongs and forks and spatulas.
I've
We had to do
got,
all that.
I've got, and I'm holding my hand up right now. I've got 4 wood shop trophies for the bubble gum machine.
Oh, you were out there cheating. You were trying to be so you had it nice. Look, we had to learn to
Yeah, I got
sand.
at least 2. I got at least 2 metal shop trophies.
Look, all I know is my brother did at least 3 of the Reese's family thing on the front. Mine, I did the spice rack that's set up there, and we had that for the cinnamon and all our spices. I did mine. It wasn't the best because my finish wasn't the best, but at least I put everything where it's supposed to go. At least I put everything where it was supposed to go. And it's set up in our kitchen, and it was up there.
Hey, hot
Yeah,
facts.
because of my
Go ahead,
grandpa and my
TFT.
dad. You know what a cork gun is?
Yeah.
You talking about a cork? Okay, go ahead,
Yeah, cork
TFT.
gun.
Go ahead. Go
Back
ahead.
when I was 5 years old, no, 4 years old actually, I made 15 cork guns to pass out to all my buddies so we can go play cops and robbers.
Hell yeah.
Out of PVC pipe myself. Did it all by
Yeah,
myself.
man. Look, and if you
Dad was
did,
there watching to make sure I didn't cut myself, but I made it
yeah,
all myself.
but check this
You
out.
know?
I was in the city, right? This is what we did in the city, TFT. We got the 2-liter soda bottle. The 1-liter won't work. All you gotta do is get a pair of scissors, do it, cut it on off. You got it. We get a balloon. We cut off the front part of the balloon. You know, the front part that's hard, that still is like it's like a rubber band. We put that on, and now we putting rice.
Yep, making your
Beans,
own slingshots, pocket
small
launchers.
rockets, anything. And check this out. We used to make sure if you were a real friend, you had to bleed to show us that I really shot you. Who? Yeah.
How
You
about
had to
this? Yeah,
bleed.
you remember the pop can tops
Oh, yeah.
Go
and
ahead.
the clothes hangers,
Yes, sir.
clothes
Come
pins,
on now.
rubber
Come on
bands,
now. You talking language now. Come on.
making our own little pistols out the damn things and actually make them work just like a gun with a full-on trigger.
I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw another clutch in there. Dry ice and water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
cold for
fun.
that one, yes. And look,
But
when I got to Orange County, right, I didn't know about dry ice and water until I met the little white kid who was like, "Remember Child's Play? Remember the movie Child's Play? Remember the movie Child's Play? John Ritter was dad, and it was the boy. The boy was bad as hell. He was bad. The boy was bad as hell. He wasn't killing people, but he was bad as hell. That's how I learned about dry ice and ice water. That's how I learned. It wasn't in Compton and Paramount. It was when I went to La Palma and Cypress when I learned about dry ice. And yeah, man. And there was a few things I learned out there too. And they turned me into a more terrible kid when it came to learning how to do your own experiments. But they always went out because I turned into the best toilet paper of all time.
Hey, hot facts. If I can say this, my dad taught me my woodworking. My dad is a master carpenter for the city of St. Louis. He was employed there for almost 42 years.
Oh, you from St. Louis?
Yeah, I was born and raised in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is we have to sit down, us individuals and all these young cats, and we have to listen to the stories of our parents. Even though that everybody in society is saying hate your parents, don't be with them, don't listen to them, do your own, it's your own world. We have to create that mentality of sitting down with our grandmas, our granddads, our grandpappies, our great grandmas that have been alive since the early 1900s. There's probably families right here in this channel that you still have living people that's coming from the 1910s, 1920s, maybe 1930s. They saw the first World War One. But we have to listen to what they're saying because they're telling us what we need to do for this next century, this next 2 centuries.
You know what's crazy about that, Ghost?
Hot facts, you have kids.
Yeah, but what about the Islanders, Ghost? The Islanders that keep that, the Islanders who come here and they make sure that they keep those traditions in with the kids and their families here, and they're trying to make sure that they are doing the American thing too. How come we don't incorporate more of that?
That's where
us Americans.
I gotta chime in on that right quick. See, that's where we got to go back to the village raising the kid.
All right.
I know you two know exactly what I'm talking about on that.
Yes, sir.
Everybody on the block was taking sure you didn't do no wrong. And if you did, they whooped your butt, then drug you home so your parents could whoop your butt again.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's like they were not only the ones helping us learn besides the school. Our parents were more involved in our lives than they are today. You have no idea in the sense with me doing security for 20 years and working apartments and hotels, how many families I see looking at their children like they're just the most disgusting thing on earth and ain't using them for nothing but to get some extra money out the government. Those kind of people need to be taken out back. And I'm sorry if you get demonetized for this, brother, but they need to have a bullet put between their eyes.
I don't care if you say that because I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it too. Bulletproof between your ass.
Well, no,
those kind of people are raising the children that are leading our world into the hell going into handbasket going into hell that we're in now.
Yeah. You know, when TFT and this is a question for you, TFT. This is a question for Hot Facts. Do you remember growing up in school and you got the paddle? Did y'all ever get the paddle?
I was the last generation to get swatted. Mr. Bird swatted me. He had a paddle that had holes in it.
Okay, so you're looking at a generation of people right here on your live that experienced that.
No,
this
we had public discipline.
This generation right now will not experience that because they're scared.
Well, the kids now can sue the parents too. The kids can sue the parents because they're not getting enough allowance and all that stuff too. We got all this weird stuff going in.
You know what the hell would happen if I told my mom and dad I'd sue them for me? They're not getting the $5 for painting the fence.
Your dad beat the shit out of you.
I'd get my ass whooped with the biggest goddamn switch I could get a hold of for him. Because if I brought a stick big as my pinky, he'd just tell me go get another one after he broke that across my ass.
I had to pick out the stuff with the old lady from the YMCA. And she didn't even have the gloves for me. My hands was all cut up, and they had to put iodine on my hands. And guess what?
The old monkey blood.
Well, if you know you're going to get hit with a switch, you go pick the biggest one because the smallest one's going to hurt.
Yeah, but
you don't pick the flimsy one that's wire. You want to go get the one that's actually going to break.
Yeah, you don't think like that as a kid. You got to keep going back and make them Do it. But look, I see Roy's in the I see Roy is here. And Roy, I'm gonna just say this since I do see that you are here in the chat. That
Hey, Roy, get on, Roy.
Yeah, come on in, Roy. I know you got something to say on all this.
Yeah,
now Roy, I
Roy.
saw you. I saw the short Roy and I did my thing and I exonerated everyone except for one man and everyone is all good. I've been letting things just clear on up. So I ain't got it. So can't nobody be trying to paint no other whatever it is. And I already knew that you were going to say something because if you didn't say something, that was not going to be Roy. So I already knew that. So it is what it is. We up here talking about real life and kids. And I see you there, Roy, and you might have something to say about this because I know you, Roy. And there you go. And I'm saying this again one more time, people. If any of the people that I exonerated felt like I threw them under the bus after Pedro said that someone bought your subs, and I said that you guys did not. I said you guys did not. If anyone felt like because I'm a news channel and I should have kept that silent, I apologize. But I'm just letting you guys know that I am the news channel. Even myself, I am under the microscope. Someone dropped all their coffees in front of me, and I had to put up a short. And he did not give me a thumbs down. He gave me a thumbs up because he saw that I was trying to save him from a disaster that happened anyway. And that was the craziest part about it. I was trying to save him from a disaster, and it happened anyway. And he did not give me a thumbs down. He gave me a thumbs up, and I got a tip on that too. He gave me an extra 50 cents. So that was not bad. He could have gave me a thumbs down and everything else like that. But on top of that, people, look, man, I'm the news channel, man. If TFT sends me a message right now and says he crashed his car because he ran over a drunk dude and the drunk dude flashed him with something, guess what? I don't know what the story is, but TFT probably go send me something. And guess what, people? As long as he tells me it's not off the record, I'm the news. I always wait until he says, go ahead, put it up.
I got nothing to say that's off the record, bro.
No,
anything
but
I
whenever
send you,
you got
throw it right on up, man.
Look, no, whenever TFT send me some, people, I don't even put it up yet. I wait until he tells me you can throw it up. And then I put it up. I wait until he tells me.
You got no reason to wait. I ain't got nothing to hide from nobody.
Yeah, but still, that's what I'm saying. The people gotta know. The people gotta know. You know what I'm saying? The people.
Yeah,
right, for everybody out there right now, anything he says is from me is 100% legit, and he has my full authority to use it whenever the hell he wants.
And hot facts.
Oh, yeah.
Hot facts.
Yes, sir.
When everybody's talking, I'll put my finger up if I got something to say. That's the old church finger. You got to go up. Go use the restroom. When you got to go use the restroom. I ain't got to use the restroom, but that's just respect. You know what I mean? Okay, come on now. But what? Hot facts. All right, come on. Gain your composure.
No, you just said what we do after you went to a Baptist church, a Pentecostal church, where you go, where you got offering 4 times a service. You got you got Wednesday night Bible study, church choir on Tuesday. You got Friday youth service. You got
right there. You put your finger up. That excuses you from that instance. Come on, that's why I do that all the time. Because I show respect.
I didn't know what you was doing, Ghost. I thought you was doing something else. Now that I know you doing that, Ghost, I'm gonna now know all your. It's like baseball signs. He about to steal home. Let's go.
Now I'm totally dumbfounded on what to say.
No,
you just put me off into a different subject in my mind.
Put the finger up 5 times right now. He didn't put that finger up 5 times. Go ahead, Ghost. Go ahead and get it. You said that's the church finger. That came from the white dude, people.
I'm gonna steal that.
Well. I don't care if it came from a white dude, a bald-headed man, and here I'm gonna show you all my bald head. I don't care if it came up from a white, bald redneck. This man, Robert Reese with Hot Facts, is 100% real. He spits the truth. He knows the truth. And if he's going to comment on a subject, then that means he's done his research. So all of you haters and all of you trollers want to try to debunk what he is saying, have fun. Because I know he's not going to go live without evidence. I know he's not going to go live without an issue that he needs to bring up. Now, I want to bring back up, you know, I know we all got off a little subject, but our children in these
Right.
schools,
Mhm.
that's the main topic. And correct me if I'm wrong.
It is the
Hot
topic.
fact. Our children, once TFT, once you, Hot Facts, is gone, dead and gone, buried in the grave, what did we leave for our children? What information did we leave for our children? What education did we leave for our children? So I'm going to go back all the way to the video that you played with Kanye saying history does not need to be there. If you understand right now what's going on with Kanye West, he's being attacked on all sides. And I understand that he's actually bringing out truth, but do not take our history away. And I'm not talking as a white man to a black man. I'm not talking from a German, which I am. I am German. Yeah, I've got American voice, but I'm 98.5% German.
You eat schnitzel. You eat schnitzel.
God, I love schnitzel.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Thanks to it.
But what I'm saying is history is history. It's in the past. We learn from history. We sometimes countries and people will not evolve from the past history, but they will evolve to be better people. And what I'm saying about that is, look, with what the video that you put up with Kanye saying erase history, you know what? Look, who were the first persons that brought people over from Africa to America?
Well, see, that's
Who
where
was it? It was the British.
Yeah, but see, we got to go
And
ahead and
I'm not trying to get into that, but I'm just saying, I'm not trying to get into that. Don't get me wrong.
Right, I got you.
But every generation of every population of people have a history, and that history is in the past. And what we can learn from that, yes. So do not erase history. Yes, I know it's going to cause issues, turmoil. Oh, well, this, that,
Well, what
whatever.
about the people that want to stay in the history and not trying to see that you can move forward, though? What about the people who want to just stay in the history? That's where I think the separation needs to be thrown in. When do we teach history, but when do we say that, hey, if these are the new rules, we can't keep going about the old stuff? How do we switch that for the new generations? That's what we got to figure out. That's what we got to figure out as people.
It's called love. If you're a man, you're a man. If you're a woman, you're a woman. It's called love. And if you identify in this new generation as something else, you know, you cannot, hot facts, you can come out and identify yourself as a bulldog. TFT, you can come out and identify yourself as a unicorn. You know what I mean? We don't know,
Sorry,
but No.
We got switch. We got switch. He closer.
Hold
He
on.
in Central Valley where the Bulldogs are. He got to put me to where the Unicorns are down here. I know what TFT was going to do. I know what TFT was going to do right now.
That's
Because,
just TFT. That's just what came out of my mouth.
I know.
I don't
I'm not
identify
holding
you as a
nothing about
unicorn.
that.
Okay,
I'm
but
saying if I had
no.
to identify as anything, it's going to be an attack chopper. I'm sorry.
Well, come on now, an Apache 57.
Damn straight.
oh,
But
man. These dudes.
myself, I identify as a God-fearing, God-loving United States citizen.
Yeah, but we are
And
the
if
outnumbered. We're outnumbered now, Ghost. We're
we are
outnumbered.
not, we are not
Yes, we
outnumbered.
are. Look, man. I was doing deliveries today, and this dude looked like Tia and Tamara Mori with a mustache and muscles, and he was wearing tights. And I was like, come on, G. Why you walking out there with the tights on and you ain't even had the surgery yet? He just got elephant trunk all in the front of his, just walking around, man.
You know what?
Come on
Yeah.
now.
Hot
Come on
facts.
now.
Hot facts. If I can say that,
He
if
was in the
if
donut
you,
shop in all places, in the donut shop next to the Twist.
yeah, if I can say this, yes, there are transgendered, there are gay people, men and women. There's people, men that identify as a woman that identify as a man, and you have that plus T, which
He wasn't even
they don't
wearing a
know what
cup.
they identify. But the thing is, we still have to show them love as human beings because
I'm not
we
saying
know
that we should not. I'm just saying, if you go out there like that, at least try to make yourself fit in society all the way. He should have been wearing a cup or at least a kilt or a skirt or something to hide that. All I'm saying is, if you want to get out there, right, just make the adaptation normal. Don't just go out there. I know you a dude. You got socks or whatever else in there to make it look like you got something else, and then you got salami package. Come on now, like what are you doing? Make it blend in. Put on a little skirt or something, something. You know what I'm saying? Do something. Why you just got to go all the way out there like that to make it awkward? That's
if
what I
I can
want to know.
if I can say this, I can probably get him on the phone just like I get my son on the phone. But
Okay.
I've got a cousin that he's out there. He's gayer than gay can be.
But is he a
And
gay guy or a trans guy? There's a difference.
he dresses as a man, but his thoughts are female. Okay.
So he's gay. He's a regular gay guy. I have no problem with that. You
I don't
can't
either.
go and do the extras though.
I no, what I'm saying is I don't have any bad, thoughts or anything on that. But it's one of those, man, I don't even know where we need to take this back to the children.
No.
Yeah, we going way off
no,
on
we,
some
we,
horrible
we,
tangents here.
Ghost. Now that you're here, we might as well finish it off because this will make it so that won't nobody else have to ever ask us anything about this ever again. This is
So-
when we are getting it out. I have no problem with the openly gay guy if you are openly gay. I have a friend, and
I'm not openly gay.
and he is an openly gay comic
I'm
at the
not gay.
Laugh Factory and everything in Hollywood. Now, here is what I don't like. I don't like when you get this guy that he wants to be a girl, but he wants to be trans, but he's trying to show all of his male parts with the female parts and wear the skin tight female clothing when he's got all the male parts there. I say there has to be a line drawn there. I accept the all the way gay guy, the guy that, hello, I accept that. I know that, bam. But man, you just ain't about to come at me and just be walking around like, oh, so we have to look the other way and look and not even like, come on, G. I'm saying, if you are one, you are one. But this new world is different. We got
It's
these.
very different.
It's
Hot fact.
different.
It's very
It,
different.
Unfortunately,
it
yes.
made gay and transgender go into two different realms. How does that happen?
Well, if you allow me to say this on your show, and you can delete this,
Go ahead, man. This is hot facts. Say what you got.
we're coming into the end days. Okay, we're coming
Okay.
into the end days of the Bible. I know that TFT, just from his demeanor, he's a Christian man. He's God fearing. Hot facts, you're a Christian man. You are God fearing. But we have to protect our children from these ideologies that are coming out and teaching our children it's okay to be this way. No, you're born a man, you're born a man. You're born a woman and you have a vagina. And I don't know if YouTube will allow me to say vagina on the phone. And guess what? I just did it. But whatever you want to be in this ideology of this era of the year that we're in 2022, it's there. And they support it. That's fine. You can support whatever you want to support. We have that freedom. We have the Fourth Amendment right. We have the First Amendment right to say and act on how we want to do and how we want to live. But is that actually right? So going back to the original context of this video, our children, yes, they need to be taught history. They need to be taught math. They need to be taught science, because without the 5 subjects, and I'm not talking about PE for sports.
No, but what about science this when they're talking about transgender though? So what part of science, and going through the anatomy, how should you go through anatomy now? When they say that we are male and female, how should you go through anatomy?
Okay.
Go ahead,
So,
TFT.
yeah.
No, wait. TFT put the church finger up. This is the first time he's
Come
seen
on now.
it. Go ahead. He put the church finger up.
Yeah. Hot facts is the new thing for your channel. We're gonna put church fingers up.
You don't put a finger up, you don't get to talk.
Go ahead, TFT.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to teaching about that, it's not more of an anatomy thing. It's more of a chemistry, biological chemistry. Because if your biology is telling you you are a woman, but you are in a man's body, then you need to focus on getting those chemical imbalances and rebalance so that you can go through everything to become what you were supposed to be. Yeah, so it's more of a chemistry component, not anatomy.
Not anatomy. All right.
Okay.
All right.
In my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with you, TFT.
Yeah, all right. Or that, or I guess you could throw it in psychology.
How are you gonna? But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying with education now. See, because what you guys are saying right now, and I thought about that too. I used anatomy because I knew that I was gonna get a contrast here, and went to chemistry and biology. But when you go to chemistry and biology class, like, is it now breaking down from, because when you do these things, you dissect it, now we're talking about just male and female and then switching over in chromosomes. We're not talking about, human and non-human. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, with your chromosomes are what you're born.
Okay.
Now, your thoughts may be different, and that might be a psychologically or psychological. I don't even know the word.
I got you there.
Psychological entity that's in your mind. Okay, but coming from us parents that have kids, how was that child raised? Was it a mother figure? Was it a father figure? Was it And now in today's age, was it a mother figure or a father figure? You have to take that into consideration.
Yeah, but does father mean mom? If it's father, because let me tell you this, I ain't never seen two butch males together. I always seen one delivering
It's
and
always
one
one
taking.
feminine, one
Yeah, one
feminine, and one
delivering and one
man.
taking.
Butch.
I ain't never seen two. I ain't never seen two Hulk Hogans. I have never
No,
seen that. No, no.
You're gonna get a Hulk Hogan and a Ricky Lake.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah,
You
but
know,
Ricky Lake's the girl. What? No, Rosie O'Donnell.
well,
No,
she,
that's a girl too. You gotta say
yeah,
somebody
but
else.
Um,
You gotta say
let's
somebody.
see.
Oh, Hulk Hogan and Richard Simmons.
Yeah, there you go. That'll
yeah,
work.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
Hey, we're all gonna do butt lifts today.
No,
Um,
because check this out. Even Jack LaLanne was manly. He just was
Yes.
juicing.
Yep.
Real juicing, you know what I'm saying? But he was manly. He was the first dude to stand out there with his, you know what I'm saying, and say, hey. But see,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't even see a Jack LaLanne with another Jack LaLanne. That's why
No,
Hulk
no.
Hogan and Richard Simmons, you know what I mean, would probably, but you ain't gonna never see two Hulk Hogans. That's why him and Macho Man fought.
Yep.
It is too much testosterone in that. And that cannot work. But
and then that's
nowadays,
where I was going with the chemistry portion of the
right.
sciences of that, because the chemical balances of one person's genetic makeup will determine if they're producing more estrogen or more testosterone, which gives them more feminine or more masculine features and personality traits.
Yes,
So
sir.
do
Yes,
you think
sir.
that they're putting stuff in our food? Do
Oh,
you
I
think they're
guarantee
putting
it.
stuff in our food that they're
Have you looked what's in the pasteurization process of milk?
I'm
You know how much
100%.
estrogen there's in milk?
Hot facts.
Go ahead, Ghost.
Back in the 80s and 90s, did you see 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6-year-olds having a full rack? No. Do you see that now? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They are putting hormones into our food to desexualize, and I'm saying this, to
No, that's
desexualize
hilarious.
our
We
children.
all know, being almost 50 years old, 40 to 50 years old, we all know who was overly developed in the 6th grade and who was not. Even I had a friend, Thomas Aburiali, he had a full mustache and a full beard by the time he was 12. I'm talking about ghost like you. He had a full thing at like 12.
This right
I
here is 12 years.
No, TFT said he was 10.
I was 10 years old and I had a beard thicker than Ghost.
Oh, see, that's
This
what I'm talking about.
This here is me shaved this morning.
Yeah. Well, mine last year was, I don't know if you can see my video. Hold on. Let me turn the light on.
Yeah, Ghost, because look, we gonna do the black
right,
joke
hold
on
on.
you.
Give
You
me
gotta smile. You gotta
No,
smile.
hold on. No, I'm just saying. Last year, you see my beard is right here.
Uh-huh.
Last year, my beard was down to the middle of my pecs.
So you had a Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't gonna bring you no presents.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a finger up right quick. If I'd let my hair grow out on my face, my neck will be shrouded.
Oh my
all
goodness.
the way to hell around. I have to shave my neck all the way around. I have to shave it into my chest hair just to make sure the chest hair don't grow up.
So y'all look like Hell's Angels.
Let's
Look
just
like
put
Hell's
it this
Angels.
way: one of the reasons they called me Beast in high school wasn't just because I was an angry kid on the football field tearing through the damn lines.
You
I
look
was
like
one of the
Teen Wolf.
hairiest.
You had hair
You look
everywhere.
like Teen Wolf.
Yeah,
Remember
I
the
had
first
hair
Teen
in
Wolf?
places they didn't even know existed.
Hey, remember when he went to the mirror in Teen Wolf, and then he didn't know that he was a wolf at first, and then he figured out he was a wolf. His hair was growing all over the place, and then he was like, and he said, "I'm just gonna play basketball." And they gave the same reverse dunk every single time.
Yeah, they tried to give me the name of Missing Link, and then they just settled on Beast, because X-Men was the big thing back there.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Hank?
Don't wear that blue shirt.
Beast.
Don't wear that blue shirt you wear now in TFT.
Oh hell, I dressed up as a Beast from X-Men wearing a blue shirt and dyed my hair blue.
Well, you got a blue shirt on right now, so what you saying?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's harkening back to my old days.
But
now
I can't help it. I look good in blue though.
But you see where education goes. We talked about education, right? We talked about how we should be teaching these kids for the future, right? But we just went back to the old school right now because we actually talking about some real stuff. We just went from gay to transgender and went back to X-Men. It went back to X-Men. We trying to go back and talk about some real stuff. Now, my thing is this. How much of now we got this left wing, right? We got this left wing agenda out there.
No kidding.
We have this left wing agenda out there. People, this is why I don't support the BLM movement, is because they do too much for things that it's not natural.
You just see what I did, Hot Facts, and you see what TFT did.
But yeah,
our hats are off.
Yeah, but this is what I want to say here. We have left-wing movements out there, people, and this is why I tell you guys, you come to Hot Facts, you go hear some truth. All right. I don't talk about that stuff. I don't agree with that, what they're trying to promote and all this other stuff, right? But at the same time, the curriculum that we have to have our kids learn, all of this left-wing things, all of the left-wing things are going to be going into the schools, which is going to be
in the schools. They already are in the schools. There have been people that are coming against in different cities, different states, saying that they are publishing books for Jack and Jack and Jill. And
if I ever see when my daughter gets to school, Ghost, if my daughter is ever go play a sport and it's a boy about to go against her, I'm gonna go tackle the boy, and I don't care if I go to jail. He should not be going against my daughter.
No, sir. Men should not be accomplished to participate in women's sports. It's women's sports. Not men and women's sports. It's women's sports and it's men's sports. Now, if you identify Hot Facts, just say that you're playing football and you want to go out and play football against women. No, you're going to have a more physical agility, and I'm not saying that in a sexist way. I'm saying that you've got more muscles and whatnot that the women might not have at that time. But men and women's sports, no, sir. No, sir, at all.
No, the woman can only be.
I don't care
if you're.
I don't care if you're gay.
Yeah, but go in football, a woman can only play two positions: punter or kicker.
Yeah,
that is it. You cannot play any, because that is the most controlled, and you can't even
and
nothing to them.
No,
kick the ball. Don't even have women football. Have the women be able to be place kickers and punters. That's it.
No,
you cannot touch the quarterback or the kickers anymore. You can kick the football. You can't touch any of them. You will not see roughing. That don't happen anymore. And when it's a rough, they if they fail by themselves, you can only don't even have women football. You can kick.
You'll get ejected from the game.
Yeah, you can only don't even make women football. You can kick. That's it. You can kick. Because
to be honest, I probably wouldn't even let them do that, just for the simple fact there's somebody might have a bad day and want to take it out because they remind
Right.
them of their wife or girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah, but check
Uh,
this out. When you got women's football, you're gonna get the guy that you know what he's only gonna be able as a grown man weigh 135 pounds as a full grown man when he's
mhm.
in shape, and he looks a little feminine like Shawn Michaels. So guess what? He gonna want to play football, and
Yeah.
he's gonna want to play girl football because he knows he
No,
can't play with the boys.
sorry, then you can't play football. Go play baseball.
Go play volleyball. You'll be
Go
better at
play
that.
soccer.
Go exactly something, but see, this is what we are getting into. We are getting into all right. A lot of people
Every
might watch
sport
this
has their
over.
archetype.
Yeah, but people might watch this later. And then I want you guys to know this that when they talk about lions and hyenas, I want you guys to know that hyenas are asexual. They are male and female. They know when to be aggressive and know when to make the pack more. They are
Well,
asexual.
it's
So
not being asexual. It's being determined on that mode for that moment.
Hmm.
If that
It's
makes sense.
knowing when to concede or when to proceed.
Yes, sir.
but when does
That's
money get involved? Because it has to do with our education for our kids. When does money get involved and say that they got to learn this stuff and deal with it?
no, and that's why
Okay.
I told you
So
economics and stuff like that need to be done ASAP, ASAP, from
and
kindergarten on up.
and with economics, it's showing the children on who you are and what you are. And I'm not saying this in contextual information. I'm saying that there's men, there's women. Yes, women are powerful. Yes, there are many women out here that's powerful right now. You
Hmm.
have to look at Iran, what's going on right now, and there was an Iranian woman killed in police custody, and they're coming down against the Iranian regimists. Okay, so it's the same thing here in America. We are all equal. We're born human. We are human. We have the right to make our own decisions, but also we have the right to decide on how we're going to live. We're the
Hmm.
people. We're the people. We're the American people. We're the Iranian people. We're the Afghanistan people. We're the Ecuadors. You know what I mean? You have to take everything into
Ecuadorian. I can't let
consideration.
you say Ecuadors because Ecuador sound like somebody left the door open. Ecuadorian. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead,
no, no,
Ghost.
no, you're good. But you know what? Look, it does not matter what color you are. It does not matter who you are. It matters on what you stand for and what you're going to do. If you're not going to do anything and be in the sidelines and just put your fist up, you're nothing. If you're going to make a effort to protect what country we are from, that's the main thing. And our children in the United States of America, and I will say that the United States of America, I'll sing the national anthem if you want me to.
Don't sing the national anthem
But
because
but but but
because you're
no,
gonna
what?
suck and I'm gonna join in, and then that's us being me and TFT go join
Yeah.
in, and we ain't gonna know all the words, and we gonna try to harmonize, and it's gonna
But
sound terrible.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, look, it doesn't matter who you are, what nationality you've been brought up from. It does not matter which country that you previously lived in or the country that your parents or grandparents lived in, and that's what you think. Our children in the United States of America are being treated wrong. They are being false and dicternized, if that's a word.
We're making boy girls and girl boys.
You know what? Look,
That's what I see in America, and I didn't know if I was supposed to say that out loud. We're making boy girls and girl boys.
Okay,
And
so next time you go to use the restroom and you look down and you don't have anything dangling, you're a woman. You got something dangling, you're a man.
well, here's the craziest thing is when you look at the bathrooms, look at the placards. The placards now have it shows the male and the female thing on the same thing on both the doors. I remember when one
And it
door
all
was
says
male
unisex.
and the other door was female.
All right.
Now we got
All
them both going into the same door.
All right, 1 second here, hot facts. I will pull out my driver's license and it'll show North Carolina. North Carolina, that's where I was born, not born and raised, but that's where I lived for the last 9 years, and I'm back here in Memphis, Tennessee. All restrooms show a man and a woman placard on the restroom. So it's a unisex bathroom.
Yeah, we got those here. Yeah, we have those. Every bathroom, we used to have it like this. It used to be one for male, it used to be one for female, and then the other bathroom had the one where you can change the baby in it, and that was for if you were a pregnant woman because they separated them when you had a child. Now you see male, female, female, and then they got the male, female with the baby thing in there. And I get so offended whenever I see that. And it makes me want to go to the drive-thru instead of walking on the inside. Because I'm like, man, what if? You never know what's going to happen, man. We are living in a crazy time now, man.
You don't know if, say you're been out there delivering for 4 or 5 hours, hot facts, right?
Well, I'll make my daughter not even go to the bathroom. I'll make her go home.
No.
I'll make her hold it.
I understand that, but
she gotta hold it.
But as a man, you have to understand if you see male, female for that restroom and it's a both gender restroom. But what happens if you go in there and she didn't lock the door? Now you're going to get charged with rape or attempted rape.
No, they go. What if you got to use the bathroom real bad, and you see it, and you check, and you see that, and you just pull it out to go pee real quick, because you know you ain't go pee on yourself, and then you pull it out, and it's a woman in there. That's indecent exposure. That's why they should have this stuff male and male, female and female, and check this out. Here's where it gets very tricky though. The dude that got the full bologna salami package can still walk into the women's bathroom. What makes do you see what I'm saying? The dude with the full package can still go into a female's bathroom. And then because he feels like he's a girl, he can walk in there. They need to stop that stuff, man.
If I know TFT's got something to say, but if I can say this right now,
I know YouTube.
Go ahead.
Hey, I don't care.
Go for it, Ghost.
What I'm saying is, yes, you can be a full male with no anatomy at all that represents a female, okay? And there are restaurants and areas in different cities that you can go into and go use a female restaurant.
Well, if you ain't got no balls or no salami, go in the girls' bathroom. You didn't gave up all of you gave up all of our side. You go in there. You go in there.
I understand what you're saying, hot facts, but there's men out there that have sick minds that are trying to get, images, videos, everything on our women that are going into these restaurants because they are true women. And this is where it comes from, is the state of the United States right now. You can be whoever you want to be. You know what? Look, like I said, you're gay, you're trans. I don't care. I'll still love you no matter what. That's how you are. But I do not accept that at all. I've been in many areas that it was both restrooms were male female, and you can just go in whenever you wanted.
This
Yeah, I've
comment
heard
right
about
now.
that.
Oh, I heard about it, but I didn't think it was true until somebody else just said it.
Oh no, it was true.
Completely covered TV. Did y'all hear about the prisoner who was so-called transgender, who got them to put him in the women's prison and ended up getting 2 women prisoners pregnant? Oh, that's true. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Like, you can think yourself as a woman and procreate yourself as a woman.
The link is open, everyone.
Yeah, but you can think you're a man, or you can think you're a woman, but guess what? You're actually a man. And from the post that you just put up, come on now.
See, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
I think
if I can say this, that is where America is going, and it's not right.
So America is going into just one sex. Everybody just nasty. We just going into everybody nasty. Go ahead.
Well, the nasty part I can see. Yeah, one sex, no, because everybody's identifying as a squirrel, a helicopter, a blue jay, a freaking pickup truck, a freaking motherboard, a hard drive, whatever the hell you want to say. But they're all just either men or women biologically, but because they think they are something else. Our social media, what everybody having to be PC and all this other stuff
TikTok
is bleeding us dry of our old ways to make way for this new generation of, I'm sorry to say it, but wussies. It ain't nothing but wussies. Everything hurts their feelings. Everything hurts them. Everything's a bad thing. Nobody can do anything right.
What is the stipulation on what is the time frame on when you have to decide if you are a guy or a girl? It like, can it happen on instance? Like, let's say I want to go into a place and just act ignorant. Can I then say I'm a woman when the police come? Or when do I have to be a man? And when can I use the woman? When can I? Because look, if they saying we can be both, right? Hey, can I go? Can I go into a place and say, "Hey, I'm ordering food as a woman today. All your bathrooms are closed. Can I go into the bathroom today?" Like you know what I mean?
That's basically what our world's coming to.
Yeah. When am I a woman one day, and when am I able to use the woman card? Because I'll tell you this: if I can get cheap parking, I'll be a woman that for just that 5 minutes, I'm gonna get some cheap parking. When can you be a woman, and when are you supposed to be a man?
But the thing is, though, you gotta think about this. Hot facts. Is that right?
If they send me to jail, I'm a woman. If I'm going to jail, well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. When does it stop?
I'm not going to comment on that, but it comes down to the fact, if you're a biological male and you got something dangling, guess what? You're a male. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. It's like I'm sorry to cut you off, Ghost, but I got to spit this out because my phone's dying and I got to bounce out anyway. As far as I'm concerned, you're born what you are. That's what you are until you die. If there is another life after that, maybe you'll come back as something else later. But that's a whole different story, different topic. But it's like you're born the way you are. That's the way you're always going to be. Now, if you want to pay to have somebody chop your stuff off and turn it inside out and shove it in you, then so be it. You're still going to be a man.
That's what I'm saying, because I still feel that even if they chop off your stuff, everything about you is a man. So even though you chop it off, ain't nothing gonna stop you from being a man.
Like
That's what
what
I'm
was
saying.
it?
Ain't nothing
What's the
gonna stop you,
famous
even
person
if
that
you
did
chop
that?
off your junk.
What's the
Chopping off
famous
your
one that did
balls
that?
don't
Bruce
make you
Jenner.
not a man.
Yeah, Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, what's
Yeah,
her new
Bruce
name now?
Jenner. Not
What's
calling him
his
that
new
other
name
name.
now?
I'm
Man,
not saying it. I'm not
I don't know.
saying it.
I don't know the
I
new name, but
remember.
I know
I
this
remember Bruce
last name
Jenner.
Jenner.
I
Yeah.
remember
So,
Bruce Jenner calling and telling everyone they can be the greatest athlete and be the best you can be. I don't remember nothing else. I remember Bruce Jenner on the Wheaties box. I don't remember nothing about what they saying. Motivational speaker. I will never call Bruce Jenner that other name because I grew up. If his mama called him Bruce, I'm gonna call him Bruce.
yeah, it's like that's what I was just basically saying. It's like if I decided tomorrow that my name is Edwina, not Edward, then I'm still a freaking man. I don't care.
Hey, how you
You made
doing,
me so mad
Edwina?
by even saying that. Like when you even did the twist of the neck. I said, "Oh, you made me mad by
I
even
had to
saying."
emphasize it.
No,
I
I
had
know
to
you have to
emphasize
emphasize,
it,
but that's
man.
what we talking about, people. We talking about what's real and what's not. He's emphasizing, and we still sitting here as the three men, and that just
Yes,
made
sir.
us men. Because I know he was born with a sack and a stick. That's what he was born with.
You
That's
know
what he
what?
was born with.
I was born with that. I identify as a male. I don't identify as a he, him, or nothing. But this is what's going back to the education to the kids that we're raising, that these educational compromises that is going out with our education of our children. We have to secure ourselves, which we already have. We know who we are, but we also have to teach our children and their children the basic concepts of life, the basic concepts of generational growth.
Yeah, but are we wrong now because of how they're
No,
making everything one? Are we wrong
no,
for
no, we're
trying to
not.
keep up? For trying to keep that?
We're not wrong. Do you want a generation of males that are cross-dressing and being
You already
female?
know what I feel about that. I get so mad when I see dudes in skinny jeans and they sag, and I'm like, why are you? You can't even sit down right. Why? What are you
But
doing?
but but do we want to bring a generation of men that think they have to dress as females to have their voice heard? No. We have to come back to the realization of everything that us men are going to be heard. And when I say that, yes, women can be heard too. Okay. I'm not against that. I'm not against that. But
Is homeschool the answer? Because what if the science teacher is a transgender man that still has a package?
I've homeschooled both of my children. They went through a Christian because that's my beliefs. If my daughter and my son want to follow my beliefs, that's on them. It's not on me.
Yeah, but
I didn't force it
what
on
if the
them.
science teacher, Ghost? What if the science teacher is a transgender man who still has his package, but he's trying to teach the science and biology?
What kind of biology is he
Well,
trying to
that's what I'm
teach?
saying. Now
You know,
is homeschool the best school for the people? Because now you can specify and teach them what they want to do. So is homeschool the best way?
homeschool with my children and what I do is my practices on the Christian faith. So, you might have Muslim faith, you might have Hindu faith, you might have there's probably a couple different faiths on that.
But all of those are male and female origin and based traditional.
My son was born as a man. He's still a man. My
Yeah.
daughter's born as a female. She's still a female. And I'm having to deal right now and I will say this live on your channel, that my daughter likes women more than she likes men.
Well, no,
So
here's my next question about that, because we talk about the man going to be a woman. Okay, my number one question, and
yes,
this
sir.
goes for anyone out there. What makes, how can a woman be a transgender male? This is one of my biggest questions. We all understand what can happen when they try to make the dude into the woman, right? How does a woman go from a woman to a transgender male? How does that happen? That's what I want to know, because if this is fully explained, I will understand a whole lot. I don't know. How can a woman turn into a man? I'm talking about getting surgery and everything to where everything works right.
Well, I can't explain that, but I can explain the divorce rate of men and women in this country.
No, I'm not talking about divorce rates.
No, but
I'm talking about how can a woman be
hear me out.
transgendered into being a man?
Hear me out, Hot Facts. I understand what you're saying, but you have to look at the divorce rate to understand this. Okay. So if you have a man, which is a husband of the family, or you have a woman that is the wife of that family, and they went to a different sex, different genre, different gender, you have to think about, how was that kid raised? When was that kid raised? How long was that kid raised? So it plays a psychological effect.
You're talking about psychological. Oh, so they're saying a woman can be a man if they psychologically feel that way, but a man can transform it. A man can transform into a woman, get breast implants, chop off his stuff, and he can be a woman. But there is no way for a woman to be a man, because they have to try to psychologically transform themselves. But psychologically means that you have to try to think like that, and you cannot do it. You are not that.
No.
So are they so are they saying that just the way you think that makes you male or female?
Yes, they are saying that, because if like right now, I'm a bearded man. If I wanted to go turn myself into a female, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'll have to go get sex transparent surgery and get breasts. But I'm still a male.
Yeah, but all you have to do is think you're a woman, though, and then you're a woman. Is that's how they want it?
Okay, so if I think
even
I'm
you
a
with
woman,
the beard, you looking right now like American History X right now. You looking like American History X right now. If you just had the inkling in you right now to say, hey, I want to be a woman right now, just because you transform your thoughts into being a woman, you are a woman now. Is how they have it now, is what you're saying.
Physiologically, no, because I cannot have a child.
No, but a woman can be a man if she just thinks she's a man. So if a man thinks he's a woman, that's the same thing, right? Ain't that the same? This is what we are trying to keep. See, this is the conversation, because now this is why I said, how can the transgender science and biology teacher still have a package and then teach that same subject, when it's a whole contradiction?
Because
It's a contradiction.
because it's a false doctrination to the people. It's a false doctrination to the man. It's a false doctrination to the woman. You can believe who you want to believe and what you are.
Yeah,
That is
but they're
on
going to
you.
say that nowadays that's what it is, and this is where we get it all mixed up. To where now,
Well, there's no mix up, hot facts. There's no mix up on it. You're
yeah, but
either a
if you
man.
listen to what Kanye was talking about, maybe they should only be teaching the engineering and the things that go along with that. Because if you're doing that, you're not looking at male and female. You are just looking at development
Okay,
of whatever else
so
needs to be.
so my question is, what is Kanye actually thinking? What is he actually doing? I know he just got outed by every avenue of his entire inheritance of everything, but he's trying to bring out truth. But we also have to see that you might be outed, but also there's some hidden agendas behind you. I'm not saying he's having hindered agendas behind him.
He has hidden agendas behind him because if you notice, everything he says is all about Jesus and everything now. And but you got to also understand this, Illuminati wise and everything else. The hand gestures and wearing the clothing and all that other stuff going in all this
the
stuff.
checkered floorboards. That's
all of that
that's
stuff
all
that he
Satanism.
Yeah, and that's all Satanism, right? Now,
yes, sir.
In order for him to get to where he was someone doing sacrifices and all those other things, and which is why Dave Chappelle said that when Oprah asked him, why did you not take the Netflix deal? And he said that, look, I saw Martin carrying guns on the freeway, and he went and did all this stuff. He said, I've been in Hollywood. I see what happens when normally you get that money right there. I did not want that. So now Kanye has all that money now. Now remember this. I'm going to tell you this. Remember, it was Michael Jackson and Prince, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Michael Jackson grew up Jehovah's Witness. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Whoever don't know, Michael Jackson grew up Jehovah's Witness. Okay. Prince grew up.
I got a few things to say on Michael Jackson, but
yeah, but Prince did his other thing. Why you think he was symbols and doing all of this stuff? You don't know the contracts you signed, and when they drug you up and everything, you don't know. And then what happens is they end up taking you
your
away
soul to the
because they're
devil.
pulling it. Yeah,
you sign your soul to the devil when you get up in these Hollywood markets. Okay, when if you look at Katy Perry and you look at all the stuff, all of her concerts that she does, it's Satanism 100%.
Oh, Lady Gaga, all of them, all that, and I ain't even gonna say no more. All that stuff is seance, and all of the stuff, that's what it is. But people got to understand this, though, that the devil was, and for most of you guys who don't know, let me go ahead and just educate you guys a little bit. You guys know that all the archangels, Michael and Raphael, and I can keep going on with the names.
I can go deeper if you want.
Yeah, all of the archangels end in L. Now, and if you go back to just how they do it in King James, or if you want to go back, Satan L is an archangel. The prettiest angel with the best voice, and it can be out and stand out. What do you guys think the media and the music and the glamour and all that stuff is right there? All of that stuff is there, but I ain't gonna go too deep into that. I'm gonna just leave it there.
But if I can,
go ahead.
Satan was the most beautifulest angel in Jesus Christ, our Heavenly Father, God, our forefathers. He was the most beautiful angel ever.
Yeah.
But he contradicted God, and that's why he has been cast down in the lake of fire. Okay.
Well,
I'm
no,
not
he's
going to
the
go.
dude that said, I'm better than you. He was the first star screen. He was
Yeah.
the first star screen to Megatron. He was the first one. Starscream was, look, that's who the devil was. That's why when everyone talking about the word diva and all this, the word diva is devil. The word diva is translated in so many different languages and it means devil. That's exactly who he is. So when they say, oh, all you dumb, and you know what? Let me go ahead and say this right now. YouTube, you about to hate me today. All you dumb women out there, and yes, I said dumb women out there who think that, oh, I gotta look the best every single day because of this and that. And if I don't look the best, if someone offers me more money and I look a certain way, I can just go ahead and with them and do all that is all hogwash. It don't mean nothing to a real one. It don't mean nothing. That's all vanity. That's all vanity. No one cares about it. When you get up to spend 3 hours on your face, guess what? The dude who is about to disrespect you is he finna spend 46 bucks on you on lobster ass sizzler, take you home, and you finna demask all that stuff in 15 minutes. So what was the point of all of that stuff and what was it for? Stop doing that stuff. Stop doing that stuff. Men, don't be afraid to where if the women get all dressed up like that and they walk around and they looking at you like, oh, who is he? You know what? Walk straight past them and do what you got to do. I guarantee they going to be chasing you because guess what? You ain't on that. Don't be afraid to say no. You ain't worth my time. Don't be afraid to do that if you're a dude, young dude. Don't be afraid to do that. I'm telling you, this time of year, the devil works hard. He works hard. A lot of you young dudes finna be blowing money for no reason. Oh man, I got me a girlfriend for this Christmas just to take back to my mom's house. So I got a girl coming. You finna go waste your money on all this stuff and you ain't even gonna know her 2 months from now. Man, what the hell you doing? The hell you doing? That stuff is not cool, man. That stuff is not cool. That stuff is not cool. You ain't got to do none of that stuff. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, vanity and all this other stuff. Because let me tell you what's going on. Just like I said, Michael Jordan's son is sleeping with Scottie Pippen's wife. Those were teammates. No one cares. They got the Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of Orange County, Housewives of every single major city there is, and all you see is fighting. And them getting, they all look like the fish called Wanda. They went and got them, you know, the whatever fish it is in the salt water, and they all look like that, and they look stupid. And they all look like that. They all look like that fish, right? And they all look like that fish.
It's a Jerry Springer show.
Yeah, they do that nonstop, right? And when they do that,
it's ridiculous.
They're saying that if I try to make myself look better than this and that, but they look like the real clowns. They look like real clowns. But there are people out there that will spend money on that to make them people look good. And all the regular dudes out there who is trying to keep the morals and everything that we are talking about, they get put behind. I don't want my boys to be put behind.
No.
Because they finna get this old school. They finna get this old school.
Hot facts, if I can say this, I'm a Goonie for life.
Go ahead.
I'm a Goonie for life.
You a Goonie for life.
If anybody out here does not know the movie Goonies, you need to watch it. Okay?
You need to watch it.
It's going to bring some life value information to you, but also, yes, do we have to change our culture? and how our children, okay? Look, I'm 42 years old. How many out there have children that are younger than me? You have to understand that the government and the ideologies of this government and the people that are out here are harming our children. We have to take us as parents to make sure that our children are brought up in the right way. If it's through school, if it's through a public school, or it's through a Christian school or a Catholic school, we have to take charge. If we do not take charge, then it's on us. And we're the ones that are going to sacrifice the defeat.
Right.
So,
And see, no, that's a good, what you just said is all the way good, Ghost. But my thing is this. What about, like, let's say when I was 18, you were 20 years old when I was 18.
yeah.
Let's take it all the way back to 2000. There were houses to where we saw two dudes adopting somebody and raising them. So we're talking about all of our adult life, right? And I
Yeah.
get everything you are saying, but at the same time, how many people are sprinkled in to preach this other change?
Well, if you actually go back into the 2000s, that wasn't a thing of the culture at that time. The thing of the
But
culture,
you know which ones were doing it though, because it was not a thing of the culture. You know what houses, and you know. But now you got to think though, the houses that we knew, right, and they were doing it right.
Yeah.
There's other kids that they were raising there. So now what I'm saying is, now that we are all this age, now we understand that we all said that we got to keep history. We got to keep the traditional morals there in place, right? But we have a lot of people that now are, because of money also, dude might have been gay, raised by two gay dudes, and they are in political office and they're rich. Now understand the money on what this is to get all this stuff in there. Now what I'm saying is, here is where we got to understand the future of the kids. And this is how I didn't want to go this deep with it, but we got to go this deep because we got to start understanding on levels like this. How many of us went to school and we knew that the teacher was floating the other way? You know what teacher was. You know what teacher was. You can go all the way back to the third grade and know what teacher was floating the other way, right? Now.
Yeah, I can go all the way back to my sixth grade English teacher, and she was a lesbian.
Yeah, okay? we going all the way back then.
And I'm 42, okay? I'll be 43 May 15th, next year. I was born May 15th, 1980. That's when I was born. So I understand and I recognize, but me as a parent with children, I'm not going to teach my children the ways of what the world is going at this moment.
Fundamentals on what we are. The fundamentals of what we are.
We're more than fundamentals.
No, but we're male, we're female. We have our roles.
Doesn't matter if I can change my face to show me a female on this channel. Okay, so I'm a male. This is me. I got the beard. I got the glasses. I got the mustache. Mm-hmm. Here's my nose. I can change my appearance, but I'm not going to do that because in the rights that I believe that our children should be saved. Our children should be protected. Our children should have the right upbringing from us parents that are coming up from the 80s to 2000s. Okay?
I got a question for you now, though, to throw you a little wrench in your game, because I'm listening to you and I ain't hearing nothing wrong. I'm gonna just say this now. Let's say there's a couple out there, and let's say one is a transgender dude trying to be a girl, and one is a full-out girl. Let's say they get into a fight and they actually start throwing punches.
All right.
Who goes to jail for the battery? The male girl or the female?
No, let me say this. It doesn't matter if you're a man trying to act as a transgender and you assault a woman in battery, that trans man or who thinks and identifies as a man, he's going to be charged with a man criminal activity to that woman.
That's all I want to hear. So people, it does not matter if you think a certain way. When the police come and they figure out that you got salami in the middle of your pants, you go to jail. That is, do you see how it has to come to that? You know what I mean? To where it's all politically correct until you go to jail.
Well, high fact, can I say this?
Go ahead.
In the United States Constitution, is there man? Yes. Is there woman? Yes. Are there transgendered? No.
Not in the Constitution.
So think again, because
these are just policies. They're all policies.
The Constitution is our rights. We have the First Amendment, we have the Fourth Amendment, we have the Second Amendment.
Got like 15. We got all of them.
We have every commandment in that Constitution. The First Amendment, we can speak our mind. The Fourth Amendment, we don't have to give them information. The Second Amendment, we got the right to bear guns.
To bear them arms.
Okay? Yeah. Come on now. People, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. And I hate to use that word. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Wake the fuck up.
Told you guys how it's going to be different today.
We're all out here to protect each other, but we're also out here to go against each other. What the hell is the American people doing on this matter? You know what? Yes, love is the main object, but also love will turn into hate. And
well, there is no love. There is no love when you think about how these political parties are running now. They are misusing. They're tying in to bring in these different agendas to everything else. The love is the money and the backing that can help support your cause. There is no love in anything. It's money. And we, like you said earlier, we are in the end of times. The money is the greed. The greed is, we already know where that comes from. And that's what it is. It's just so crazy that I have to go and I see these things and I'm like, man, I just don't want to say it because YouTube will just get mad at me. But I'm like, man, I'm going to talk about that stuff today. And so I have to talk about this stuff today, man, because this is educational. We ain't said nothing bad. Everyone can do whatever they want to do. But we got to know that if you're going to jail, they're going to take you to jail because you're a man and not a woman. And if you decide to do something, it's because you're a man and not a woman. It is not okay for a man to put his son into girl sports because he feels that his son can't make it with the other boys. It is wrong for a woman to have a guy right now who has spent $6 million on a case because now The wife did not want him to be with the son, and she turned his son into a girl. And every time he goes to the class and he calls his son by his boy name, he gets in trouble in the court, and they cause him time for being away. It's sad that we have to go through this right now. All we are saying is this: if you were born with a salami package and 2 olives, you are a man. Okay? You are not anything else. 2 olives and a pack of salami, uncut, at Jersey Mike's. The whole pack just right there. You just got the whole pack right there. You are a boy. You are a boy. No matter if you think inside your head or not, you are a boy. Nothing can make me go out right now and go into look. So that means that I can say I'm a girl and I can go walk into a women's dressing room right now and nothing will happen. They're gonna say there's a big black guy in here. Guarantee they say guy. I guarantee they say guy. And the police are gonna come. And when the police come, am I supposed to say, hey, no, I'm a girl today? I'm going to jail. Go ahead, Ghost.
The only thing that I can say, and I will leave this off on your live, and you can close your show, but I was born and raised between 2 neighborhoods. We had a common field up in Florissant, Missouri. Okay? One side of Florissant was Bloods. One side of Florissant was Crips. And then we had Disciples. Okay? Yeah, I'm bringing gangs into it, but it was one of those we knew as us white people and Asians and Mexicans not to cross that line. And it's you know, if you can think about that and bring all that into compensation of today's society, it's the same thing. Doesn't matter if you're man, woman, female, man, woman, 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 female, man, man, female. It does not matter. It's one of those we had to, protect our area. And I understand what you're saying. They're wanting to go out there and, yes, does the LGBTQ plus have an entire month when our veterans have 1 day? When us
They gave
workers
LGBTQ, XYZ, and all of that more than Black History Month. So that's all I gotta say about that.
Well, okay, so yeah, Black History Month gets a month.
20. No, we get 28 days. We get 3 days. We get 3 days less.
Okay. But who provided comfort for this nation? Our veterans, and they only get 1 day. 1 day. 1 day, that's it. You get Labor Day, 1 day. You get Memorial Day, 1 day to remember them.
You get 4th of July too.
Well. Yeah, that's the independence of our nation. So, do you understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I was just trying to pick on you a little bit.
You ain't gonna pick on me. I'll bring you out with some facts.
No, but see, even all those days, even with that, and let's say the Marines' birthday, it's not even going to be a full month of the days. It's only going to be like 5 days out the whole, like maybe 8 if you do. Well, might be 10 days if you add in the Coast Guard's birthday. But that's adding in the birthdays. But those are only days to where the people that served in that only know that those days really exist. So it's only going to be about 5 days throughout the year is what you're saying, instead of a month.
Correct. So why does the LGBTQ get a month to parade around for their beliefs when the veterans and the people that fought in wars for us and our freedom
Well,
only
I'll
get
tell you
one day.
this.
Only
I'll
get
tell
one
you.
day.
No,
That's
I'll tell
wrong.
you this why, Ghost. I'll tell you exactly why. Do you know how many people who are celebrities, who are even undercover in the LBGTQ, XYZ, LMNOP, all of that stuff? Do you know how many of them now? How many of them have a lot of the money that you don't even know about? And then you think about that, it goes into money and
Well,
what they can put and what they can put in, and then which goes into Scientology, which I didn't want to get into that, but it goes into that also. And I'm gonna just leave that
don't
there.
get me into Scientology right
I don't
now.
want YouTube to get too mad at me. I don't want to get YouTube to get too mad at me, and I'm gonna just leave it there. I think that I'm gonna definitely get a red on my live today.
You probably will, and it's probably on my behalf, and I apologize.
No, I'm the one putting out the
But
news. It's my channel.
no,
I'm gonna get a red.
But the thing is, you have to understand, it's not about the money. It's about our freedom. It's about the freedom that people that sacrificed their lives for our freedom.
But you
And
know, money will always
if
overdo that, Ghost. You know,
huh?
money will. You know that money will always. They will look. It don't matter, man. Look, you know what they do? Here's what they do. Oh, we found out that this military dude did a whole lot of good stuff. The closest elementary school, we're gonna make sloppy joes named after him for whenever we may make them, and that's it. That's it, man.
I understand that, but us patriots have to stand up for our fallen generation of these people that died for our country to have our freedom. And if we do not do that, we're all called fools.
No, that is true. But at the same time, with being called fools, once your service is done, the government don't give a crap about you. It's like you served a prison term.
They don't. They don't.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I mean?
why,
People I know that don't even have their GI Bill yet.
Yeah.
And they've been waiting for a long time.
Like hot facts, I challenge you right now just to drive down the streets where you live and ask, just do a poll. I challenge you to ask how many people are veterans and living in homeless areas.
Oh no,
I challenge you for that.
Where I live, we have March Air Force Base, and
yeah,
all the veterans, look, they all live in they have these apartments for them, and you know what I mean. If you know, they have them there, so we have them there. But there are a lot that and you know, they just didn't do it right, so they can't stay in there. But there's a whole lot that, and they all are there. And then we have to where all the generals live.
But are they dealing with PSTD?
They are dealing with all of that.
Drug addiction.
You
know what I mean?
They hang out at the Circle K. And check this out. They have where I go drop off the orders, and I go on to where March Air Force Base there. They have the whole commissary store for the veterans. It's commissary.
Yeah.
It says on the actual building, commissary. It says it there. So it's hilarious that whenever you look at that and people are like, man, they're veterans. Yeah, but you saw commissary. Who else gets commissary? They're like the inmates. Yeah, why didn't they change the name for them for military store? Why is it commissary? You know what I mean? Like you know, yeah.
It's a very sad, I guess you would say, economy right now. But our veterans, and I'm going to bring this all the way back to the children, us veterans, and you know, I'm not a vet. I wish I was, but I'm not.
No, you don't. You wish you were, but you don't. You would not be here talking right now. You're 42 You're 42,
Yes,
and
sir.
check this out. You would have been in Desert Storm, the first one. You would have
I
been
would
in,
have. If I would have enlisted, I would have been in Desert Storm 1 and 2, and I've got a
and
buddy right
9/11,
now. I've
Nick,
got I've got I've,
and you would
I've
have
got
been
a
in
buddy now.
9/11.
I've got a buddy right now who was a sniper, and he took out many of lives on the United States. But the thing is, the main concept of this whole entire video is our children. Our children, they're going to look back on this when we're dead and gone, and they're going to think, what happened? They're going to ask questions. Why did you answer that way? The main thing that I can say, me as Ghost 77, y'all see my face. That's fine. Yeah, I go by Ghost 77 because you never know where I'm going to show up and when I'm going to show up and take your orders. Okay? But the main thing on this whole entire concept is we have to put the principles to our children. We have to enlist what we know to our children. Does not matter what the school is teaching our children. If the children love their mother and their father, or father, mother, whatever, how it goes right now, we have to put that in charge of them to have them understand the concept how to live.
Right.
And that's 100%.
That is 100%. I told you guys today was a different hot facts, man. We went in, we were talking about real ones and old school stuff, and we went into a little bit, and then we went all the way into, we went there. And a lot of you guys may have thought that hot facts was going to be about this and that today. I told you guys that we were going to be talking about Kanye West and what he said about education. We did that and then expanded into other things. I want to thank everyone that has helped me get to 19,000 views in the past day and a half. I've gotten 35 subscribers in the past day and a half because these videos that I am putting up, when it has nothing to do with the gig world, these people like what I say, and just me showing my interaction with the gig world, more people are subscribing because of the video with me showing love to a driver. We just hugged each other and all that other stuff. And
Yes, sir.
you seeing the people when I'm out there in the public, I'm getting at least 8 subscribers when I put these videos up on top of the views, and it's 19,000 views in the past day and a half. I want to thank everyone who has hated on Reese. I want to thank everyone who has said that I buy my subs. All I tell you is to put up something that people are interested in, and you can do that too. I want to give a thanks to everyone that said Hot Facts would not make it. I want to give a thanks and a shout out to everyone that said that you can't talk about everything when you have a gig channel. I want to thank everyone that said that you need to have 3 channels at one time. I want to thank everyone that said that this is just not going to work. What is Hot Facts? I want you guys to know that all of you keep pushing me to put up more content and get more views than a lot of people out there. People in the gig world, pay attention. I don't need ride-alongs to showcase what goes on in the gig world. I can use a short. I can do that. 80% of my people come from my shorts. So why would I go away from that? I don't need to do ride-alongs. I am the news channel and I can bring up anything I want to. I want to thank everyone for telling me that, yeah, you shouldn't be the news. I want to thank everyone that told me your news channel sucks. And I hope you guys like how I did the weather on my last Saturday morning. I did the weather. I want you guys to know that I did the weather. And I told you guys I am. I want to thank everyone that's been hating on Hot Facts. I appreciate it because we are one step closer to 1 million views in under a year. We are still going for my 4,000 subs in 1 year. That's what we're doing. I thank everyone for hating. What's up, Ghost?
If I can leave this for the Hot Facts channel, this man knows what he's talking about. He's bringing real subjects and real issues that are coming out to this YouTube and quote unquote gig economy. But Hot Facts is real. He's 100% real. I stand behind him 100%. And if you want to challenge him, you're going to have to challenge me. And I know this person is 100% real on what he's doing. So all y'all haters out there, keep hating. All you trollers out there, keep trolling. Guess what? We're going to come out on top. We're going to come out on top.
Yeah, we're coming out on top. And until the next caper, we out of here like Chuck Woolery and 2 and 2. Listen to my theme music. Don't ever disrespect Hot Facts with Robert Reese acting like we not hot. Catch your game up. We out of here, suckers.
Hot Facts with Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News channel. Gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts with Robert Reese.